Senegal. She come back to daddy when I Senegal. Daddy at the general. Have to pay the lawyer just to stay out the federal. Big man pull up like a sentinel. Big gold chain on the neck, me and several. Make the girl hyper. Have to settle down. Ginseng roof for the second round. Knock out in the girl. Rubber man take a gun. Not a little, plenty. My quartz crystals never empty. There'll be no knots that fret me. Bitter like root tea, I'll use whatever works like Bruce Lee. You only need a little like Tootsie. Baby had a biggie, it was juicy. I like it really weird like kooky. I switch my style up every year, it's a new me. You thought you knew me, let me introduce me. This nigga got an NBA on boy jeans.
This nigga got the Amiris on, bro. This nigga got the 500 Amiri, bro. This nigga getting money, bro.
Yo, shout out to Fresh beating the case, dog. This nigga keep the Teflon Don of hoes, dog. The Nino Brown of Miami. Yo, this nigga is the king of Berkeley. Shout out to Fresh, dog. You niggas hating on Fresh will never succeed. He got God got him back, clearly. Yo. Welcome to Disagreeable to Disagreeable. I am Disagreeable. And another unorganized, unplanned, nonsensical show. Feel me? You feel me? So we're just chilling. Don't expect too much. Don't expect too much.
Y'all do want to be involved with me because I'm pretty. I'm pretty and I'm white, so fuck the fuck off.
She's pretty and she's white, so fuck the fuck off. Let's go.
Y'all do want to be involved with me because I'm pretty. I'm pretty and I'm white, so fuck the fuck off.
On April 24th, 2021, police responded to reports of a disturbance in St. Petersburg, Florida. Witnesses informed authorities that a 28-year-old female was highly intoxicated and engaging in disruptive behavior, including attempting to give random citizens lap dances outside a bar. The officers encountered Olivia Taylor Washak, a 28-year-old aspiring model known for her presence on Instagram and her participation in a Maxim cover girl competition.
Okay, do you have anybody on your cell phone with that can come and help you out?
I love him.
You love him?
Anybody on your cell phone that can come and help you out. You feel me? Bitches out here sexually assaulting niggas.
Can you go sit down and tell them that?
Come on, right here. Here's a great chair right here.
I hope that it really makes you good. I hope it makes you feel really good. I hope that makes you feel well. I hope that really makes you feel good in your life. Yeah, that's fun. That's super cool. That makes you feel really good in your life. I hope.
Right there.
Yeah, you want to make fun of me. That's what you want.
Nobody wants to make fun of you. What I want is for you to sit
You're
down
a dark individual, bro.
I'm a what?
I know he's not, but you're a fucking dark individual.
Chill out and have a seat.
Maybe you should just fucking, maybe y'all should just like touch each other, I don't know.
That's probably not appropriate.
Concerned for her well-being, the officers called for a fire rescue team to evaluate Olivia Taylor Washak's condition due to her alleged intoxication.
Evaluator did this bitch out here sexually assaulting niggas. Yo, shout out to being a white woman. I guess that's the top. You feel me? She could put the white man in jail.
Don't ever like touch me. Okay. Go ahead. You can touch another person in your life. Never touch me. Shut the fuck up. I am not gonna be
Olivia.
submitted to this. Shut the fuck up.
I'm just making sure you're okay.
No, I'm fine. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. This isn't a joke. It's not a joke.
Olivia.
No, I will literally punch you in the fucking face.
That's not a good. She got the cheeks out. She got the cheeks out, sexually assaulting niggas, threatening to punch police in the face, punching EMTs, dog, cheeks out. You feel me? Why do we like this, dog?
I assure you that if you make another threat like that, you are going to go to jail. All right? Instead of having somebody. I wouldn't do that.
Why? What did I do?
Calm down. Where do you live
What did
at?
I do?
Olivia, where do you live at?
At this here. Finally.
You've been trying to get somebody to come and cover that. You understand? For at least 20
I haven't had anything. I've done nothing wrong.
Which is why we have.
You know, when you white and shit, you could sexually assault people in the streets, get the police called on you. When the police show up, they're just like, we want to make sure you're okay. They bring the EMTs out. You threatening to punch the EMTs, making threats, drunk, belligerent, sexually assaulting people. You know, it's all good. Yeah, you know, it's all good. You know, race not an issue. There's no such thing. There's no racism or preference, and that doesn't exist anymore. If you say anything about it or even notice anything, you're a crybaby nigga.
Come and help you out. All right?
Yeah, you have your phone in your back pocket if you want to call somebody.
Can we help you call somebody to walk you home?
Oh, I was scared the shit out of me.
We're here to make sure you're okay.
You guys are really. You guys made me feel like I feel very, very, very alone.
Who can we call to come help you out?
I live here with myself.
You gotta call somebody to walk her home. You already not arresting the bitch and already doing all this bullshit. Why you just take her in a car and get a look at her fucking ID and take her home? You feel me? Fucking crackers, man.
No.
So you're not going to be able to walk home by yourself.
Yes, I can. Just leave me alone.
Let's see if they ever hem this white bitch up. They gonna hem her up? How long did it take to hem her up? She on the floor now. How'd that happen? Oh, she on the floor. How'd this happen?
Oh, my dad is gonna be so mad.
He's not going to be mad. He just wants to make sure that you're safe.
Everybody, just a big circle of people concerned with the well-being of the one white bitch, dog. Like, this is fucking insane. This is fucking insane. So nobody hemmed her up. I thought they hemmed her up and then made her sit on the floor. No, the bitch got up. Nobody stops her. She got up. Now she just fucking doing what fucking children and women do.
We don't do that.
She's saying, please don't tell my dad. Hey, that's a good dad. At least she has the slightest bit of shame of her father being disappointed in her, even though she is out sexually assaulting people in booty shorts, you know?
Is this really what y'all do? Is this your
Correct.
You insult me with your presence. Leave me alone.
We actually can't by law now. Now we can't. Now none of us can. So we need you to get home safe. We're trying to assist you in doing.
I don't like you guys. I want to do that to me right now.
So you're going to get hit by a car or kidnapped.
No, you don't care. You're a fucking asshole.
Look at this shit. This bitch thinks she in Japan, where you get drunk and the police help you. No. You're supposed to be beating this bitch up. Why are you fucking police aren't beating? Why are you beating people up, police? The fuck is this?
Who are you?
So he told her she can't walk home, and this bitch, I guess he just said, fuck all that, started walking. Police on side, but they don't do nothing. You feel me? This is ridiculous.
Maybe in front of me.
We'll walk behind you. Go ahead.
Maybe in front.
So they're walking up, they let this bitch do whatever the fuck she wanna do.
Home.
If that's fine. Hey, so fuck the fuck off!
You're back.
Following day, she was released on her own recognizance.
So no bond, no nothing. No bond, no nothing. Police on their own reconnaissance. ROR. You feel me? Why do we like it? I like a drunk bitch, you know? Why do we like it? Let me get out of here. Let me not have bitch shoot on the screen before Susan Wachowski or whatever fucking feminist transsexual owns this platform gets me out of here, you know? I don't want those type of problems. I actually had no plans on doing a show tonight. Just I feel obligated to building up some steam, crawling towards 1,000. Wish I had some coffee. Let me pop this bullshit up. Hold up. Ew. Ew, pad commercial. Disgusting. Alright. Let's see. Let's watch a random YouTube nigga show. So let's watch a random YouTube nigga. Let's pull him up. Pause. Alright. We got a random nigga channel. Niggas go to Fiverr and they get their little cartoon character made and all this stupid shit. I'm taking my YouTube channel seriously. Look at me. I'm taking my YouTube channel seriously. Look, I got an animation made. Listen to my podcast on Spotify. Nobody listen to your fucking podcast on Spotify, dog. Fuck out of here.
Number one, again, if you sleep with a woman, right?
Stop explaining bitches online. All right, stop it.
Can she sleep with you and not be attached to you? Right? Women who are not, they still have that emotional connection to their vaginas. They still have that emotional connection to sex. They desire that emotional connection to sex. And even when hoes are not hoes anymore and they get back.
God damn, like this nigga's gonna beep out every time he says hoes. I'm probably gonna get my channel taken down. I got slut in the thumbnail and hoe in the thumbnail.
To their natural selves, they want a connection when they sleep with you. They want to be able to be connected to you when they sleep with you. Women don't fuck for sport or fucking.
This is old nigga advice. Don't listen to this. This is old nigga advice. Don't listen to this. Young men don't listen to this. They're all hoes. You're like, well, when you come across one that's not, this, and then she gonna want that connection. Having the connection with a nigga in 2024 for a bitch, that's like soft. She thinks she's pussy. They have pussy, but for some reason they don't want to be pussy. It's very strange. But we'll let it go.
And to like men do, women are naturally not like that. That when you see a woman that can do that, there's something that's not right. But women are naturally just not like that. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I teach you guys in the seduction, not the seduction guide, but the dating guide. If anybody got that course, I teach you is a connection builder part in there that teaches you how to build the connection that women require or women need in order to sleep with.
Becoming a dating coach or a relationship, that shit's fucking insane, dog. And who listens to this shit and looks at this fucking nigga and like wants to listen to this nigga? Who?
Most women require this connection. Again, a woman that's operating on some shit, you don't really need that. But most women are not like that. And I want you guys to get your close rate up. So when you're dealing with most women or the majority of women, you have to approach them like that instead of throwing shit at the wall and hoping it stick. But if a woman can sleep with you and she's not attached to you, and she don't desire an attachment, she don't desire a connection, she don't want a connection, that should tell you something. You understand what I'm saying?
Yo, these dating game niggas and all this, these are the worst niggas on fucking planet Earth, dog. Who are you, King Dre? Oh, you probably won't come across as King Dre, but if you do, I just want to say, fuck you, pussy. Let me get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're random, kind of death scrolling, so let's see what we come across. We're death scrolling. This is the big reason men don't. These niggas are lying. I'm seeing a lot of videos saying like the main reasons men don't like promiscuous women. That's a lie. Niggas love hoes, though. That is a lie. I'm trying to see if anybody online is telling the truth because all this, fuck, man, we don't like we love hoes, dog. Stop this. Stop this. This is America. This is 2024. We love whores. And we're feminists. We're supporting sex workers too. So fuck it. These videos, like, I'm trying to find something good about liking promiscuous women. And all these videos are like, how promiscuity hurts men. Like, oh my God, I gotta pull this up. I gotta pull this up. These niggas just look pathetic. These niggas just look pathetic. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Look at this. Look at this. These are like some of the men channels niggas. Let's go.
Promiscuous men are actually feminists. Let's kick off. Tim, why?
Feminism is the sex revolution. Promiscuity is the formal act of the sex revolution, if such thing could be equated to a thing that has a formal act. It takes two to tango. And
okay, so does feminism turned up or whatever, and now these hoes started being more hoes, being the hoes they always wanted to be. And that so niggas fucking the hoes means that men are bad. Men are the internet's crazy.
And I mean, when we did that show, folks treated it like we were trying to say it for shock value, or we thought we'd come up with really something creative. And we were just saying A is A.
Yo, your mic ain't shit, pussy. Let somebody else talk. OS.
You're saying power is not contract, have a tryst.
Nigga, you still talking? Hold up. I can't take this crackly ass mic shit. Nigga got a studio brick wall background. Motherfucking got a printout from 4over and all this shit. Mike, nigga, you trying to talk about being righteous and shit. How about you get a righteous microphone? How about you get a righteous microphone, dog?
His own rights to protect a baby that
or something sweet to a little kid.
Controversy.
Well, because whenever you take away a baby's baba or something sweet to a little kid, he's gonna whine and cry and rant. And that's basically what it is when you speak to men in terms of what is right and what is righteous and what is good. you're taking away that which satisfies their lower nature, right? The desire for pleasure. That's a tough pill to swallow when we're constantly being pumped in our brains through music, movies, media, that to be a man is to seek pleasure, right? In all regards, right? Pleasure, wealth, power, and women rank right up there with what the culture pumps into our brains. And so it's like we are initiated as men into a form of.
I was muted. Crazy. Crazy. My bad. But I was saying, like, he's saying, like, feeding, like, your lower nature or some shit like that. It's pleasurable feeding your lower. So when you go to the gym and you feel good, and you look good, and you feel good from that, and it brings you a pleasurable feeling, that's pussy too. Or when you go to the military, like this guy probably did, and you train to be victorious, to have the pleasure of having a victorious battle, you know? Have the pleasure of coming home alive, you feel me? That's pussy too. Any type of pleasure a man wants is some pussy shit, right? Yo, you're a man. You're not supposed to want any pleasure. You're just supposed to work and die, work and die, work and die, and pay fucking bitches for nothing. Now, I'm not talking about P for P. You're supposed to just pay for nothing. That's what you're supposed to do as a man. Look at this guy. This is a real man. Look at him. Fucking dickhead.
I don't know, quasi manhood or half boyhood, where we receive our value, or they even promote these vices as virtue. And so it's really the things that we're talking about, although they may seem like they make sense to us. We're older, married men with families, daughters. To most men, this is
older, married men with families, daughters, aka simps, aka the niggas who are the problem in the world. You're the problem in the world. You're raising some little thought, dog. 100%. 100%. And you can't even say nothing to the bitch because she don't got no respect for you. She'll just stop talking to you if you stop fucking with her. You feel me? If you say anything to the bitch about what she doing, she don't stop talking to you. Being a daughter, a father of daughters, you are the simp of all simps. You feel me? Most likely. Most likely. I'm not saying 100%. But you're a simp of all simps. You start making like excuses and all types of weird shit for shit that you know is just not right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but I just gotta love her and all this shit. Like, oh, I guess you do. Feel me? It sucks for you.
Totally counterculture. And so it sounds crazy. I know the first time I heard a lot of these ideas, I cringed at first because, like, well, this can't be true. I'm a free man. I can do whatever I want. But then when you really start noticing the degradation of our society, and then discover the enemy at hand and how this has been a deliberate takedown, you realize that sex and pleasure and the pleasure trap is the warfare. It is the warfare. If men can't deny themselves, then we become slaves to all these things that so-called liberate us. And
okay, so how about you older guys? Since you guys are the real men, you guys are the real men. You guys have it together. Families and all this stuff, all right? You got this stuff together. How about you do something? How about you do something? You want other niggas to do something? For what? For what? Look at the economy. Most people don't got the dog in them like me to fight through this shit. You feel me? But look at the economy. Look at all this shit. Like, you want young guys, so young guys can't even smash no more. So that's off the table. So you can't own a home. You can't afford to even live in an apartment by yourself. And yeah, don't even have sex. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Even though you grown ass motherfuckers, the real men, what are you doing? Are you rushing the state house or something?
Sex is right at the top of that list. It's the easiest way to manipulate us is by sex. And so the promise of sex, or the desire for sex, is, people say it's in the Bible, right? That money is at the root of all evil, but it almost seems as if in this day and age, sex might be the one.
The love of money is the root of all evil, not money is. But yeah, I'm sure Bible guy with Jesus on the wall and all that. You no need to quote the book that you love so dearly properly. No need for that at all.
Because most men are chasing money for sex. It really all boils down to living by their lower head.
Yes, for sex. Yes, they're chasing it for sex. And when you could have a lineage that came from that sex and you had some type of command over your family, it made sense. See? See, it's sex either way. It's either sex for pleasure or sex for proliferation, fucking procreation. You feel me? It's still sex. Except when you just have sex without all the other bullshit, there's just pleasure involved there. Now, if you try the other bullshit, then the family court comes in. So,
Yeah, really well put. I like the idea that it's quasi manhood. Mike, the only reason people fall for this stuff is because there's a grain of truth to it, right?
Yeah, there are definitely drives that men have towards these things.
you don't even know what you want to say, nigga. You were thinking about bitches and pussy and shit while these niggas were talking. Tell the truth, dog. Tell the truth. These niggas are insane.
So it's yeah, that's where there's the photo gets established. Just picking up on
Look at this nigga thinking. Look, this nigga down here just thinking about. He thought about pussy. Look, he got disgusted. He like, oh, pussy, ah. This is the downfall of society. Ah, pussy, no.
what Elliot had said, though, reminding that the G.K. Chesterton quote, that free love is the direct enemy of freedom. It is the most obvious of all the bribes that can be offered by slavery. So you have a lot of these folks in the red pill community thinking that what they're doing is manly, but what they're actually doing is withering the family structure, and that's necessarily cucking themselves.
So niggas are withering the yo. So men are withering the family structure. You feel me? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not gonna quote these corny numbers that people do, but we know the percentages that people file for divorce and who does it and all that. You're like, what's he talking about? These niggas don't look like they ain't got no bitches. That's a problem. That's a problem. These niggas don't look like they ain't got no bitches. Feel me? Bitchless panel, dog. You feel me? Your wife ain't even smashing. You're bitchless. Married and bitchless. That shit's crazy, dog.
As the state apparatus is going to come in and fill that role of patriarchy and of father. So there's nothing anti-establishment about being a man and being promiscuous, because ultimately you run that individually and collectively over enough iterations. That's just going to break down the family structure. The state's going to fill in the power gap, and now you'll.
All right, we get it, nigga. You're incredibly boring, my guy. You're incredibly boring. That's why you ain't got no bitches, dog. I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. I'm gonna keep it a tall dollar with you, my guy. You feel me? You're boring. That's why you're bitchless and worried about society, nigga. I'm worried about it. Let it fall. You feel me? Either it's gonna fall or not fall. I'm not gonna live in some perpetual. It's the end of days. That's what they want you in. They want you in that worry. Oh, there's a harp, and they're doing this, and they got lasers in the sky, and they're doing. I'm all right, nigga. Shoot me with the laser, then, dog. Shoot me with the laser, then. The hell? But like I said, this is not a very well thought out, put together show. We're just kind of death scrolling, talking about why men love promiscuous women. What is slut lust? Have you had slut lust before? Hit the panel, let me know. You feel me? Let me know. Hold on. Let's see if we see something worth looking at. Hold on, what's this nigga talking about? Nah, it's too long. Don't got 15 minutes for you to talk, my guy. Hold up. Yeah, let's take a look at this. This whole ass nigga. Let's let this nigga talk. You know? Let me pull this guy up. I know some of you guys like this guy. Let me pull this guy up. I know some of you like this guy for some reason. I don't know why you like. For one, I kind of rocked with Jordan Peterson when I first heard about him because he was just. I did all I knew about him is like they told him to call men with to do the bullshit pronoun things or whatever. He refused to do it. I rocked with him. I like that. But other than that, like I wouldn't listen to this nigga. This motherfucker is sickly. His daughter is a whore. Like, why would I listen to this nigga? You feel me? But we're gonna listen to him anyways. Let's go.
Okay, so back to Freud. So that now, a lot of what Freud saw was sexual pathology. Now, you might ask yourself, why? Well, the first thing we could point out is that when Freud was alive, society was very highly divided by gender. It was divided by gender roles, and men were authorities, and women were, by and large, subordinate, although that situation is more complex than a simple reading of history might lead you to conclude. So, for example, if you read Tolstoy's novels characterizing Russian society in the late 1900s, you find out that among the aristocratic women, and after all, only the aristocrats have power, there was plenty of power being exercised. The women essentially structured society. Men were involved in politics and they were involved in war, but women were setting up the social interactions that characterized the bulk of society in their groups and in their own interactions. So
Get to the point, nigga. It sounds like this guy's just rambling, dog. That's why I hate the internet. These people who rise up in the internet and seen as like the intelligentsia or whatever the fuck they are, the thinking class or some shit like that. This nigga just fucking babbling.
it's not clear who was doing what when. What is clear, though, is that in the Victorian times, sex was a lot more dangerous for women than it is now. And it's plenty dangerous now. A, there was no reliable forms of birth control. That's a big problem. And B, there was tremendous risk of syphilis. And syphilis, for all intents and purposes, was as bad, or is, as bad or worse than AIDS. Now, it's controllable now, but it wasn't controllable then. And syphilis could also be passed on to children. And it was a neurological disease that could take virtually any form. So it was a real terror for European society. And so the reason that the Victorians were sort of repressive in sexual matters was because the environment demanded it. And we know, and more research has been done on this recently, it's fascinating research. We know that as the rate of contagious pathogen in the environment...
This nigga's pathetic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you like Jordan P. I can't listen to this motherfucker. And they know. I had a fucking panic attack over saying some bullshit from goddamn 19th century fucking Prussia or wherever the fuck you were talking about, dog. I don't care about that shit. I'm keeping the bean with you, man. You feel me? You feel me? Hold on. Yeah. This is a kind of a shitty subject, you know. I'm gonna be real. So first I was gonna go another direction, and then when I looked at the original clip that I wanted to play, I was like, yeah. You know what's fucked up? I didn't play. You see how Selena Powell is in the thumbnail. I was gonna use the original clip from her to take the show off because she's like a disgusting whore. But I want to smash her. You feel me? It's just a display of slutless. You feel me? But then I went to look at the vid, and it's like she was like pregnant or something. I was like, get the fuck out of here! I don't want to see no fucking pregnant bitch. Like, so I took a different turn on the show. And I didn't change the thumbnail or anything like that. But let's go.
Yo,
What's good?
what's good?
Shit, bullshitting. Yo,
Do you hear me?
yeah, you're kind of low, but I can hear you.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I had the issue with my headphones. I couldn't get the sound working, and then microphone, then sound again, but it might be okay now.
Yeah, you're good now. So since you hit the link, why do you love whores?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I love horrors. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, well, what kind of women do you like then? You like good girls. Where the fuck are they at?
Well, horrors are fun, but I wouldn't say I like them.
So you're attracted to them though.
I mean, if the girl is hot, she's hot. It don't matter if she's a whore or not. Horrors are easy, so they're fun. But I wouldn't say I like them like more than for a night.
I don't know. It depends on her performance. And you never experienced slut lust.
Well, hold on. We're talking about a whore, like she sleeps with you like on the first day, and she's a whore, or like a whore that like slept with like 100 guys.
Well, unless you know her like that, you'd have to only assume the latter if she fucked you on the first night. And like you think you're some super special guy or some shit like that, but you know.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, if she fucks me on the first night, I'm gonna assume she's a whore. That is gonna be the assumption.
It's a safe assumption. So the question of how many people she fucked, you're never gonna know. So who cares, you know? I'm saying. Okay, so you never like
You're gonna find out sooner or later, unless she's really good at hiding it. But most of them are not.
I guess they don't have to be anymore. Like who cares? Because everybody's smashing whores. You feel me? Like the number of women who are monetized in some way. I mean, actual whores, like who are monetized their attractiveness or sexuality in some way is very high. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, I mean, if you well, it's high, but like it's super high, but relatively to like a whole population, I don't think it's that high.
I don't know. It's not that high if you're just counting actually having an OnlyFans account or some shit like that. But if you're counting exchanging your sexuality and or the idea of sex for goods and or services,
Oh yeah, then yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, 100%.
yeah. So that's the way you look at it. And then that's what motherfuckers like. You feel me?
I mean, if you're looking at it that way, then I would say yeah, I would put it way above 50%.
Yeah, so you say you never experienced slut lust before. You never seen someone who you know was 100% a slut, but you wanted to smash them.
Oh no, for sure. I would want to smash. I wouldn't want to wife it. You know.
We're not talking about that.
Oh, smashing. Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't? That's kind of a silly argument. If you present,
But I'm not even making an argument. I'm making an observation that even though you know this bitch just ran through, you know she's probably a bad idea, idea to be around. Even though you know that
not necessarily.
Your chance of just out of pure contact, your chance of an STD is higher. You know what I'm saying? And we still want the whore. That is a strange thing.
How to put it a right way? If somebody gives you money for free, you're gonna take it, right?
No. What does that mean? What does free mean?
Like if somebody was just like giving out money, like to everybody, right? Like you're gonna take the money.
If I have to do nothing for the money.
Yeah, like somebody's like standing on the street and he's like, anybody who wants $100, come here, grab $100. Like everybody's gonna go and get it.
Okay.
Yeah, so if a girl is giving it out, then every man is gonna go and get it. For the most part. Obviously, there's exceptions, but for the most part, yeah.
I guess so. There's levels to this because there's the party like
But I think
the bitch who's not that hot who's been ran through by everybody, and then there's the exclusive whore. I think I'm talking more about the exclusive whore. You know, she's kind of hot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but that's the thing though. Like, if she's like mediocre and she's ran through, you're gonna be like, do I really want to? But if she's like super hot, you're not gonna think about it twice. You're gonna want to hit it.
So, are whores hotter by default? Do whores tend to be hotter?
Not necessarily. I think a hotter whore will get way more. I don't know. Yeah, well, a hotter whore will have a chance to get more bodies, but
I don't
she
know. I think she has. I think she has less chance. I think she has a
no no
lower
no
chance to get more bodies.
no. She has a higher chance of getting more bodies because there's gonna be more men wanting her, but she still is the picker. So because she's hot, she'll probably be more picky than the like what do you call it? Than the girl that's less attractive. So at the end of the day, the less attractive girl is gonna be a bigger heart than the hotter one.
No, the less attractive one's probably getting more offers because people think that she's attainable.
Well, yeah, and she's gonna be less picky at the same time. So her chances are gonna be higher to be ran through than like a super hot girl, because she's still gonna get the last pick, the super hot girl. And certain men won't even
Right.
try to. Certain men won't even try to because they won't think they have a chance. I
Yeah,
think we have.
possibly. But who gives a shit? This is getting to is getting out there to the science of women. I'm not trying to analyze women at all. I'm just analyzing men. You feel me? We are like, what is the interest in
I think it
the
just comes
slut?
down. Yeah, I just think it comes down to like if it's available, most men are gonna do it.
We'll see. We'll come back to this.
There's been a lot of
Why, you don't agree?
debate at the moment in the world of physics and metaphysics.
This is pretty obvious, but that's not the question, though. So that doesn't mean I don't think it's as easy as just like smashing because actually no,
No,
'cause that's
I'm not saying it's easy or not.
no,
If it's easy to smash or not, that's not really part of the question. It's just, are men gonna do it if presented the opportunity?
I'll say maybe if she's attractive, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
gonna
that's
pick
what
it
I'm
up.
saying. So if you find her attractive, like you're gonna do it more often than the girl that you just find a mediocre. But there's gonna be more men shooting for the mediocre one just to have a chance.
Yeah, they can all get hit. You know,
Yeah.
there's no difference. Like all for the most part, all bitches can get fucked. Like that's what people just don't want to admit and just put forward. Like there's nothing special about like there's really nothing special about me wanting to have sex with a woman. No, and bitches think there's something special
No,
about
I think
guys wanting to have
that's
sex
just
with them.
natural. That just comes natural, I
Yeah.
think. So like being a biological thing, like I don't even think it should be like a contention among people, like in a discussion. Like it's just natural. So why even discuss that if it's a natural thing? But people like harp on it so much that it kind of doesn't make sense in a like a broader conversation.
Hmm. No, I'm trying to pull up this clip.
Because it's like no, I had an analogy, but
This is
what was the analogy I was gonna say? Oh, all right. So like, if 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 if, if you're driving right on the highway and you hit a person, right? Are you really to blame that you hit a person? Not really, because they shouldn't be on the highway in the first place. You know.
and
So like,
that relates to what? Like a fucking hoe? Like what are you talking about?
yeah, like girls, like, because I heard you earlier saying like who's to blame, like the man or the woman. Like those guys were trying to blame the man, right? Or
Oh,
but
that's
like
like on a whole. That's like on a whole different. Like that's kind of. That wasn't even on the subject of my show. I just pulled that bullshit up and heard you fucking.
okay. 'Cause I thought you were relating to that because I saw you earlier when I was eating. You were kind of talking about those guys like blaming man. So I thought you were relating that to this.
No, I don't even know who they are. Like I just I really don't know what's gonna happen
No,
when
no.
I
I just
start
I was talking about their point. Like you commented on their point, so I thought you were
about
related.
men degrading society by being
Yeah,
promiscuous
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Well, I
It-
think
But a man doesn't even have the ability to be promiscuous unless a bitch lets him fuck.
Yeah,
Unless
correct,
you
correct.
feel me? So
Yeah, so
that
that's why I did the car analogy. Like that person shouldn't be on the highway, you know?
yeah, and I
Yeah.
know the guy tried to make some religious point or some bullshit like that. The thing is, like, in these religious societies, it's just all a facade because these people are fucking disgusting behind the scenes, like super
Well,
just sexually depraved and crazy. So
well,
it's just bullshit.
I think there's two camps to those guys. There's like guys that just like blindly believe, so there's really nothing you can do about it because they just believe the book, right? And then there's the other side, like the people that are like more theological, and they kind of know that the Bible is not like word for word that you're supposed to like take, your like the phrases, it's metaphors and all that. But then those guys, how can you believe the book if you if you know it's not real, if it's not like all all if it's not like all meant to, be literally, then how can you take that book seriously at the end of the day? So I think both of them are just clowns.
Yeah, so just whatever fucking comfort they find in that shit. Everybody's doing the same shit for the most part.
Like I said, one side doesn't know better, so them I can give like a little bit of grace, because they don't know better. But the other side that knows better, but they still try to ponder to it. That's just like funny.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know because I can't relate to the average person. I don't know what the fuck they are. It seems like people don't think that much. So
Yeah,
I
you
can't
don't.
really.
Yeah, like you as a person won't know if they're like a true believer or do they really know. They just keep, pondering to the thing. So like you won't know. But I think like one is just kind of ignorant because they don't know better, and the other one is just pondering, fucking to make themselves feel like they're, better than somebody else.
Yeah, I believe that. I honestly believe that most people who have YouTube shows or internet presence, you got to be a psychopath to really continue and keep building this shit up because you reach a point just like a TV series that was written very well with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Then it starts making money, and they keep fucking adding seasons and
Yeah,
keep fucking.
yeah.
You feel me?
Well,
You become a psycho. That's what you become on YouTube. You feel me? You can't say truth.
yeah, I would say 99% of the YouTube, like, this, what do you want to call it, like YouTube personalities or whatever, like, especially like if you're like a video gamer, then you can't really be like lumped in with the rest of the people. But all the people that are like helping people or or talking about arguing about shit, like those people, I say 99% of them are grifters. They just do it for the money. They really don't give a shit. Most of them don't even have solid positions. They flip flop most of the time.
They might as well get the money because sometimes I look at these people's pages and then I look at the comment section and you see I don't even concentrate on the content creator. I look at their audience and the comments. I'm like, yo, this shit's really pathetic. Like it's really fucked up out here. It's over. Like men are concerned about the weirdest shit. It's like I don't know. I think maybe the weird food and the GMOs and the soy and all that shit really worked on men because they just seem like bitches is constantly fucking complaining. Like,
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, yeah. Instead of just like improving themselves and not worrying about shit and just get it done where you need to get done. Yeah, they're all bitching instead of doing shit. So I agree with that. What's the reason for it? Yeah, could it be the plastics and all that? Sure, but I think it's how people are raised. I think it starts with the parents.
uh, uh, I don't even know. I don't even know.
And I kind of see it.
Because you see people come from all different backgrounds and they're being raised by their environment, meaning not in the house, meaning the hood they're in and the fucking propaganda. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
but what I'm saying is the parents' fault is because as a parent you should teach your kids better, right? So if you see that your kids are getting propaganda, fuck, I can't say it.
propagandized.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. My English second language is not the strongest sometimes, but yeah. So when that happens, I think it's the parents' responsibility to like straighten out the kids, instead of just like leave them alone and and let them do whatever. Like if I fucking said something stupid, like that doesn't really match the reality, my dad would have fucking beat me over.
Well,
Like,
you don't. I guess, but I guess the the view you have isn't really a Western society view, you know, because you come from like Eastern
Oh no,
Europe.
yeah, that's
So,
true. That's true.
so like, I don't know. I feel like there's no like
But what I see with that is like my sister has 2 kids, right? And she was raised by my father, right? Obviously. So we have the same type of upbringing and view on things. But how she is with her kids, oh my god, my dad would have fucking, you know, my dad would have fucking whooped them to bits, you know.
So she's married with 2 kids.
Not yeah, she's married with 2 kids. It's just like my father always made us fucking work for stuff, like teaching us, how real world works in a way. When my sister kind of lets the kids like get raised like the American way, instead of like our Eastern tradition. Well, I don't want to call it like the Eastern tradition. Like I think that's just like the right way to raise kids. And my sister kind of like lets them be raised like the American way because all her friends, are like it's like to me it looks like the woman have a competition between each other who can be like, oh, I'm a better parent by giving my kids this or letting my kids do that. I don't hit my kid, or well, my sister hits them, but like her friends, like one of her friends is like, oh, she don't believe in like disciplining kids, and the kid is fucking out of control. So, but then she doesn't discipline her kids as much because then she thinks she's like a, maybe a bad parent because the other parent is not disciplining her. So it's like a social contagion, you know? And I see it
Yeah,
firsthand. I see it firsthand with my sister kids. So whenever they fucking come over and shit, I fucking straighten them out real quick.
I have mixed feelings about that. Like I'm not somebody to say who I know what's right about raising a kid or not. All I know is hell and responsibility is coming soon enough. So I feel like you should let kids be kids as long as possible because
Yeah,
the pro-
let kids be kids, but you can't let them do stuff that you wouldn't get away.
destructive. You feel me?
Yeah, exactly. If it's destructive, why you let them do that? So
You
I
can't
think
let them be malevolent either because people act like kids are just kids. Like nah, like some kids are
no.
fucking bad, dog. You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know that because you tell a kid you can't do it, and then they do it on purpose. Like,
But you can even see in their face and how they like they're not they're smart enough to be manipulators, but not smart enough to like hide the manipulation enough. So you get to see like, yo, you're just like a
yeah,
either
for
somebody's
sure.
teaching you this is how you act to me, this is how you act, or you're just like a little evil, malevolent, manipulative motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like
but I think if you straighten out the kid, like he's gonna at some point gonna have to learn. Like, if I keep doing this shit, I'm gonna keep getting, you know, I'm gonna keep getting shit. So
I guess
so eventually they'll cut it out because they're gonna like weigh the risk and the reward, right? And at some point the risk isn't worth the reward.
it
So
depends. It depends how you never know whether they could be less risk adverse and just be a crazy motherfucker, you know. And then you got to do something with that. So you have to do something with that energy at that point. Some
well,
kids
no,
just
I'm
fucking
saying like the crazier they are, the more of a risk it is. So they're gonna think about it twice. Like, if I do this crazy shit, there's gonna be a crazy consequence. So I think that kind of brings him back to like to be in the middle. Because if the kid is like,
the only crazy consequence is like your parents doing something about it.
yeah,
That's it.
that's what I mean. Yeah, like how far of a consequence is that's to be discussed. Like, is it like smacking your kid in the ass, like giving him a couple smacks, or is it like taking away, let's say, their iPods? Like, I think there's different kind of consequences that can be uh pushed on, like different, you can give different kind of consequences to your kids based on your environment. Like back in the day we had, like, for example, like we didn't you're older too, right? So we didn't really have like computer, like not everybody didn't have like a cell phone and an iPad and a laptop and this and that, right? So
Yeah.
you really were limited to punishments, like go stand in a corner, or you got clapped, or whatever it is. Like, you had so limited of punishments. But now, since kids have more, there is more stuff you can do without being, let's say, physical, right? Because back in the day, you really had little of
If
choices.
well, let me put it this way: this is how fucked up society is. If taking away your kid's iPad is the punishment that works, you're fucked already. Your kid's fucked. It's already over. It's over. That's what he.
So
That's what he treasures more than anything. If taking away their cell phone or their iPad or whatever is a thing that will make them go crazy and then act right, that means that's the thing they're most attached to. That means it's
Oh
over
yeah,
for them.
yeah.
It's
I
over.
would agree with that statement for sure, for sure. Yeah, you didn't raise them right. Like if they think the iPad is the world, correct? I agree.
Yeah,
I
but
totally agree. Like for me, like growing up, if I did something and my dad said no computer, I didn't really give a shit. But if he said no soccer, I would be furious.
kids
So
are
so
trying to go outside.
yeah, so like yeah, if I couldn't go outside, I'll be furious. But if my dad said no computer, I would have been like, okay, I'll just go outside. Like it's like
Yeah.
I didn't really care. Yeah, so I agree with that. Like yeah, if taking out away an iPad is the worst you can do to a kid, your kid is lost.
But shit.
I
Let's
agree.
pivot for a moment. Let's get 4 minutes and 41 seconds of advice from a pimp. Let's go.
There's so many other things about me that are going to stimulate her. And there's so many other things about her that's going to stimulate me. But you'll never know that if your mind is only focused on dick and pussy. You'll never, ever know it. And you'll never form something that's full, functional, beautiful, that flourishes and grows. You'll never, never form anything like that. Until you recognize what I'm telling you, this message. That's why I told you guys were in a treat that you guys were able to be on this live tonight. I knew it. That's good. That's what I'm talking about. Ain't
Stop
gotta
this
be
for a
crooked.
second. Stop this for a second. You said he's a pimp.
Yeah, he was a former pimp. A former
He
pimp.
he sounds and look like a simp, not a pimp. And, and maybe a homosexual one too.
He's giving the game. You gotta be in love with your bitches. You feel me? You feel me? How you gonna?
Yo,
How you,
I can't listen to people like that. This is crazy.
he looks insane.
His hand mannerism just says it all, bro.
Yeah, it's some '90s shit. Some Kevin Samuel shit. Let's go.
Yo, I never seen a pimp like
Right?
that.
And this is one of the reasons why the topsy-turvy in leadership with the black man and black woman, right? Because I've never had a problem with that. With any woman, black women, whatever women I've ever had, there's never been this competitive stuff, ever. Right? Because I was able to develop other areas in me, right? And those other areas I developed in me.
And here's something I wanna say too. You see how he's acting and how his mannerisms are kind of like off-putting to us.
Yeah, for
They're
sure.
off-putting to us. But bitches like this shit. It goes with the simple mind of bitches. All this animation is I don't want to go down. I don't want to have one of these shows right now. But maybe I should have a whole show about how bitches don't make no sense. That's what the show's gonna call. Bitches don't make
Yeah,
any
but
sense.
they're not gonna like. They're gonna like this man, like oh, he's like a nice guy, whatever. But they're not gonna want to fuck him.
No, this is like an older guy right now. I've seen this guy when he was like, this is like an older guy right now. Like he fucking got a dyed beard and shit. Like he was what era is he from? Like early '90s. Like he
Yeah,
was very big.
but
So
you
you gotta
telling me?
imagine. You can't imagine this old guy. You have to imagine this guy in his prime. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
you
Like
telling me this guy with this kind of mannerism? Wow, all of a sudden he got these mannerisms, and before he didn't have it, so he for sure had it, right? And if he had it, you think girls like that? Like most girls like that shit? I don't think so.
I'm saying it. I'm saying it doesn't make sense. I'm saying it doesn't make sense.
Oh
I've
yeah,
seen.
yeah.
Put it this way. I've seen things like. That people online argue that shit like this doesn't work, but I've seen it work. I've seen like just the most boisterous person get bitches. You feel me? Just the if you're very loud and overbearing, you know what I'm saying? Especially like in an environment with alcohol or whatever, you can make yourself larger than life, and it's annoying to me. And I feel like it should be annoying to. I think that most men just roll with it. Like when you're like in a club situation or a bar situation, you're in the fakest environment of men ever. You feel me? Like guys are just acting like fucking.
Yeah, but I'm not. I agree with you on that. It's just like he just has these fuck. Let me call it what it is. It's like gay mannerism. I don't think women like like the Like if you boisterous and you like and you yeah, I think so. But if you're like fruity with it,
I
they'll
know
like you
bitches.
as a they'll
So
like you
what?
as a person. But I don't think you're.
All these guys are fruity with it. The New York young guys dancing all gay and shit, sturdy and shit, tight ass pants. Like that shit is gay as hell.
I guess. Well, I guess the liberal woman will like it. But like
There ain't no difference. A bitch is a bitch. There ain't no liberal bitch, and then this other bitch. Bitch is a bitch. There's.
Were you telling me all the girls like the same type of guys? No, that's for sure. Nah, I think it all depends on your like ideology in a way.
No, there is no same type of guy unless you're talking about genetic
about
supremacy or whatever.
like
But
being.
outside of that, no, there's no type of guy.
No, I'm talking about like acting feminine and asking like a man should act. I think.
Let me ask you this: do you think women fuck gay guys?
Well, would they? Yeah, but gay guys wouldn't probably fuck a girl.
No,
But would the
they
girl fuck
definitely
the gay?
will.
Yeah, huh?
They definitely will. Because you're I don't know, you kind of like believing in the lie of homosexuality or some shit like that. Like that is something like you're really girls are nasty. That doesn't
Oh no
exist.
no. Would they, like
Motherfuckers are like living in like pansexuality. So
yeah. No. I agree. There's only
so the girl's gay best friend so just like girls go out with each other and they get drunk and they kiss each other and then they go and eat each other's
yeah, they
pussies
would
and
kiss
shit.
their gay guy, and then if they were
Yes,
drunk enough, yeah, they would fuck him. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, for sure. There's
but
only small
but
percentage of guys that are like
but listen, they won't fuck their ugly gay friend. They're attracted to him. You
correct.
understand what I'm saying?
Correct. I agree with that.
So I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Bitches don't make sense. I'm saying yes. I can't say what one guy's kung fu how it works. If it works, it works.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. But we know bitches are crazy because they say I like a nice guy, but then a nice guy never gets fucking any pussy. So that's been proven since the fucking beginning of time.
But that's not them being that's not them being crazy. That's like men being crazy.
They don't make
like,
sense and they're crazy. So
no, that's like men being crazy for like listening to bitches. That's how I feel like one of the biggest problems in the world is just even engaging. You know what I'm saying? Just even listening and talking to nonsense. You like all these fucking red pill panels and shit. Like just talking to for one, you're talking to sex workers for the most part, and you're there just.
No, I'm not even referring to those panels. I'm just talking like real life situations. Like
I'm referring to those panels because those panels are real. Like bitches are that stupid everywhere. Like there is no like.
I'm just talking about like even like I don't know. You went to high school and all that, right? If you saw a guy that was like, oh hi, like being nice to girls, not gay, but just nice, right? But he wasn't really like I don't want to say aggressive. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know what I mean? Like really going after it, then they wouldn't really give him a time of the day. Like if you weren't making moves, right? Like as a guy, you have to make moves. If you don't make moves, like if you just there, like you're not getting shit. You have to make moves. Whether you acting a little gay or perfectly straight or super straight, that doesn't really matter as long as you're making moves.
It depends who you are. But I agree. I'm not saying I disagree with you, but you're right because yeah, it definitely helps.
Makes sense, though, right? What I said.
But yeah, I was saying a little part. Like I don't think everybody has to make moves, though. You know, like not necessarily.
I mean, if you're like a super chat, yeah, you probably don't have like. Well, it depends. I think because like status always played a role, no matter where you were. Even like growing up, like if you were just a regular guy and didn't play any sports, your chances were smaller than a guy that was on a football team. If you were on a football team, like sometimes you didn't have to do anything, right? You could just get girls because other girls wanted you. So at that point, you didn't really have to do much. You just had to be there.
Yeah, but then you gotta like. As soon as you have bitches, you have hoes. But if you don't have no hoes, you don't have no bitches.
But that's part of the status. So you have to acquire some type of status, and once you have that status, then you don't have to really do shit. But you have to do something to acquire the status first. That's what I was getting at, I guess.
I guess so. You got some. What do you got to do for the status? You got to hit.
Well, I'm just saying, like from personal experience. Like I played soccer, I was the captain, so I had no issues in high school. Like it was, any party I went to, it was. I didn't even have to talk to anybody, and the less I talked, it was actually better. The less time I dedicated to talking to girls, the more girls I got.
I don't doubt you at all. I don't
But
doubt
that
you at
was
all.
part
But
of but that was part of this like having a status in a way, right? Because the guy that didn't play any sports and he came to the party, he wasn't getting shit unless he was putting in the work. So
well, putting in the work means like what?
well,
Like
different
having
type of
cocaine or
ways.
something? Like what?
Well, certain people are like funny, they have charisma. Certain people are good looking, and there's different aspects to it. I don't think you can lump everything to like one thing.
Like I'm trying to
There's
think, was my high school just big as fuck? Because they were just different crowds of people. Meaning like the sports guys and the bitches who liked them, they were like on a different wing of shit. And then there were like a different. I don't know. You went to school in Jersey, so I guess your school was pretty fucking big too. So
yeah.
I don't know. It just make me
But
think
don't
about
get
the
me wrong.
dynamic right now.
There were guys that didn't play any sports, and they still were putting in work. It was just something that like they had charisma, usually. But if the guy didn't have charisma or didn't play sports, if you had nothing, like those guys, they weren't really doing good.
So let me ask you this, since we're on this subject matter right now. What do you think of the whole black pill thing and the fetus mindset and shit like that?
Not big on the black pill as far as like I know like one or two like I heard of like one or two creators, but I don't really watch them. But from what you're saying, right? Black pill is like more of like red pill but defeated. Is it something like that?
I say it's defeated, but they would say like they're just going
No
by the
hope.
truth or whatever. Like put it this way, if you pulled up and said that you were a 5'6" and slaying in high school, they would try to like they try to discredit you or say you're full of shit or some shit like that. That's like the incel black pill type shit. Not the but put it this way, I came
But
into
those
this
are the
whole
guys I think that had no charisma and like didn't have any status. So I think those are the type of guys. If that's what you're describing what the black pill is, then I think those are the type of guys who like had no charisma and they had no status. So they're just like bitching about everything in a way.
Shaka, give me a definition of black pill, please, sir. Shaka, give me a definition of black pill, please, sir,
Yeah.
since that's not black pill. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those like the incel black pill ties.
Well, that's what you're describing. So that's what I correlate to. But if he's saying that's not black pill, then I would like to know what actual definition of the black pill is.
I know before it came all this look stuff that it was something else. It was just like I don't know. I never really saw the point of it because the red pill was supposed to be the truth, but I guess the red pill became dating coach shit. So hold on. Shaka says incel is blue pill rage.
Well, blue pills are incel is blue pill rage. Yeah, I would agree with that. The blue pill, yeah.
Black pill is making a decision. You gotta be more clear than that, man, because it's supposed to be like an ideology. Just like if I asked you what MGTOW was, you'd be able to tell me what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, black pill's making like. Do you mean like they're making conscious decision not to engage? Is that what you mean? Like not to engage with the degeneracy in that way?
I guess so. I know there's like a black guy side of black pill too, but I don't really. That's just weird to me. It never made sense.
Let me ask you this: is most black pill black creators?
No.
Okay.
But I know there's that's why I want Shaka to clarify to me because I really want to know what they're talking about. Because on like the black guys, you won't know what I'm talking about, but he'll know what I'm talking about. On the black guy side of shit, there's like BGS, and he's like he calls himself like black pill gnostic or some shit like that. So, but he just complaining about bitches and trying to help bitches and shit. So how does that black pill? You feel me? I don't know. I'm not even joking. I really don't even know what this shit really is. Just fucking little animal farms on the internet, you know?
Yeah, blue pills are the incels. The red pills are the ragers. Not like, yeah, they're like guys who maybe get pussy, but they rage at women.
All right, so I
just told you that doesn't describe it. Give us like a sentence of description.
Because making a decision sounds like
go.
it sounds like
A general
indifference.
has to-
I'm pulling it.
a general has to send men into war who doesn't know to die. A judge has to sentence men to life in prison. That's black pill.
Wait, hold on. What? A general has to send men into war who he doesn't know to die. A judge has to sentence a man to life in prison. That's black pill. The guy going to prison has to accept it.
So okay, so is it like accepting the reality of the situation that bitches are whores and you know
Yeah, because he's
and
agreeing
then
with what I
you
said.
being
Is
and you being a guy like be like, all right, I acknowledge that this is what it is, and I just accept what it is. So I'm gonna either fuck or I'm gonna avoid. Like your choice what to do in the situation.
yeah, I guess so exactly. But the thing is, I'm trying to understand like you're talking. So let me know. That's what it was originally then, because that's not what it is now.
Yeah, that's what I.
It's all these guys fucking complaining and half of them talking to bitches and shit like that. Like,
Yeah, because then red pill would be like pushing you into actually like no, you should engage in the current state. So
yeah,
like
red pill is saying that. It's saying you should engage in the current. You should game up and learn how to play the game or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You should do what this guy's talking about.
yeah, this is the situation.
Made me valuable. It wasn't just my dick. I'm sure there's some guys that got bigger dicks than me, smaller dicks than me.
You got to get out of here, bro. You got to get out of here. Yeah. So yeah, it's indifference, but Shaka. All right, so the black pill's indifference, but I don't know if I ask Shaka like why he loves hoes, he gonna be like, I don't love hoes, I don't fuck with bitches, I don't. Come on, Shaka, we're having a good time over here, dog. Why do men love promiscuous women?
Yeah, see, I wouldn't say they love them. I think they like having fun with them or love having fun with them.
Same difference. We're on the internet. We're using boombastic language. Shaka Nulu, just like PUAs hated the red pill, then tried to take it over. Incel took over the black pill.
Okay, that would make sense. Okay, so I guess yeah, I guess I would if the indifference and the choice is yours, then I guess like I wouldn't consider myself black pill, but I guess to his definition, like I'm at a state that I'm not gonna just like I see a hot, girl and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go fuck her, like I have certain better things to do, if it's convenient, yeah, I'm gonna do it. But if it's like going out of my way to just get laid, like I'm not gonna do it. I'm just past that time.
Shaka Nu says, men do love promiscuous bitches. They always turn hoes into housewives. That's facts.
Yeah, I don't think you should do the second part.
Well, we're not talking about what we think they should do. We're talking about what is done. What is that? That shit happens a lot.
Oh, for sure. Well, that's why the divorce rates and everything else, and
and the divorce rates because that shit's incentivized.
Well,
Shaka, I'm gonna find out if you really love hoes, bro. Because you're like a little older, bro. You feel me? Like me.
No, he did say men love promiscuous women, so he.
Yes. But I'm testing it. Shaka, in her prime, would you have smashed cat stacks? In her prime. Not when she got all skinny, not too tatted. I mean, in her prime. You feel me? When she was on the scene. You feel me? Would you have smashed cat stacks? Shaka News says, men can barely accept the black pill in reality. Chicks are born black pill. I've heard this before, but it is. Yeah, they are. Because if they get comfortable enough to just talk to you, yeah, it is kind of. Yeah.
I guess because their choice is theirs at the end of the day, so technically they would be born black pill. But now I would say most women are blue. Well, I guess female blue pill. I guess if you want to put it that way, because they think they can just do whatever they want without consequences. So
that's feminist. That's not blue pill, is it? That's like
I called it a female blue pill or whatever you want to call it, feminism. I just
a blue pillar believes in like tradition, and then but I'm not saying it's gonna work, but in the idea of it, there should be a reward from that tradition. You understand what I'm saying? Like there is no. Oh, what's he saying?
I thought blue pill is more like, oh, I believe in equality and 50-50 and all that. Isn't that blue pill?
Is that blue pill? I thought blue pill was just like doing like the trad shit. You see, I'm so out the loop. I'm not really in this men shit. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying? I
see,
just come
see,
on.
see. I think the original thing was like the black pill was like more of the traditional shit. Then the red pill was like, go fuck as many as you can, and then the blue pill was like, oh, we're 50-50.
Here's the thing. I'm not gonna question Shaka because I know when it comes to, like the actual definitions and the ins and outs of this, he has more because he was around like during the inception of these things. That's why he has like a
I
more of
think
a
I
stance
think they
on.
changed so much over time that nobody really knows which one is what.
You think the small hats got to it? That's the old play, right? Obfuscation. We don't even know
Yeah,
what the fuck's
yeah,
going on anymore.
I think it just got too gamified. Like it was like a good, like clear distinctions, but then there were like people who kind of infiltrated and added their own ideals to it, and now it's just like a clusterfuck of certain things that kind of mash together. But at the end of the
Wait,
day,
what?
what's up?
Like I was gonna say that because I understand what you're saying. I was gonna say like because this goes along with what you were just saying. Shaka knows. I don't know. He probably when I came around these space like these online spaces and stuff like that, or the men's side of stuff, they were just starting to let women talk and be on panels and shit. And I was bugging out. I was like, "Yo, this is the locker room, dog." You feel me? Like I thought we're just over there like talking crazy as men. Like it doesn't mean we hate women because we're in here because we just want to be able to talk crazy. Because men talk. Because here's the thing. I think talking crazy connects all men. It unites us all because all men of all fucking cultures and all that shit love to be alone just with the men and say shit that's totally insane. That you think that if that people think that you're like a dumbass will try to use it against you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, because it's the locker room talk. Like you say the most outrageous shit, and that's what brings you together.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about whoever women and all that shit. Like,
Grab him by
but
the
then
pussy.
they start they yeah, exactly. I was never mad at him like that. He told the truth. He's
No,
like, yo,
it's
he's like,
funny,
he's like, yo, when you got that paper, they want you to grab him.
but it's true.
You were
Like,
hold on, one second. Shaka knew people had bastardized every word and pill, always having to go definition fishing.
yeah,
Facts.
because
And that's
originally,
why
if you
I
think about it,
say AWALT and EMALT. Wait, I know AWALT. All women. AWALT is all women are like that, and
all men
AMALT
are like
is
that. Yeah.
okay. All men are like that. All right.
No, because it originally started with the Matrix, and the red and the blue was just like, do you like subscribe to like the truth, like what's really going on, or are you living in the delusion? That's what it originally was, and then that evolved into like the manosphere, and then they start adding fucking black pill and the and the white pill, and what is there, purple, right? What are they call us? They probably got a rainbow by fucking now.
How did dating get into the nature of reality? You know what I'm saying? Like the truth and the nature of reality, and now it ends up like red pill means like dating and talking to
I
sex
think the
workers. Like,
internet. I think it's just like people fishing for attention, and it's just like, oh, let me come up with this concept. Let me add this to this concept, so I can be like, like you have the red pill originally, like the Matrix, right? Like truth or lie, right? And then people are like, oh, let's add a little bit of dating in there, and then somebody like utilizes those two concepts now, the truth and the dating, and now they're like, oh, let me add this, and then everybody's trying to be like the innovator of the pill, so they can be like the head of the pill. So I think it's just like whether it's money or it's just attention or looking for a cloud. I think it just got bastardized, you know because of
yeah.
people trying to like get on top of it and be like the face of whatever pill.
Shaka News says Neo was just made aware of shit. He still had to make decisions. What's this?
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
Also
that
have
was
to
the
realize
original.
the red pill don't mean shit. That is facts to me. Like, okay, Shaka, did it ever mean shit? Because to me, it just means like endlessly talking to hoes, and explaining the obvious and saying the obvious and having bitches gaslight you and play with you, and it just I don't. That's why I can't. That's why I can't engage in that shit. But I'm like, there's obviously an audience for it. There's obviously an endless audience for it. Kevin Samuels has his own economy. That's crazy. That guy died, and there's tons of people making money just off watching his videos, just off sitting there
Yeah,
saying stuff about a guy. He built a whole economy. that shit's fucking crazy. But that shows the condition of niggas and shit. Like white
Oh,
niggas of all races. You know what I'm saying?
Oh fuck! I forgot what I was. Give me a sec. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh.
You always made it weird, so you just had to make a decision.
I had a good point, but I forgot.
I'm trying to get the numbers up I'm trying to get the numbers up on the channel so I can have like a so we can go bootleg movies on Discord and shit and do breakdowns and stuff like that. But wait, Shaka knew Red Pill got bastardized because of PUA, made it about broads. So these things combined, because PUA had its own world, didn't it? Or did these things emerge at the same time? You feel me?
Nah, I think it was like a step ladder.
From what to what?
Like from truth and lie, and then it's just like everybody start adding, like I said, the one thing, and then it became two things in one. Like the red pill became two things, and then somebody else added another thing, and then it became three like ideas in the red pill, and then I think that's how it, because everybody was looking to be like the man of the pill, so I think that's how it got bastardized, just by adding layers, and then eventually it got too many concepts in one. That is just like now it doesn't really mean shit. And
All right,
what I was gonna say
hold
before.
on. All right. Peace, Shaka. But yeah, it's the same thing. The same thing you're saying is connected to what I was saying earlier. Like it's kind of like a series that has a concise story that they keep stretching out to make money off of it. So you keep making up bullshit, making up new terms, making up new just adding more bullshit to the lexicon.
Yeah, I think what Shaka's point, what he was getting at, is like the pickup artist. Like that was strictly like we're about picking up women. Like how can we be better at picking up women, right? But then that got added into the red pill. So now red pill is not just like truth and lie, and you make your decision. Now it's like true, like it has to be truth, and it's not like you're making decision anymore. And now if you're a red pill, like you have to be a pickup artist also. And then if you're a red pill, then you got to have certain opinions, because that got added to it.
Now that I think about it, because I definitely came with I definitely came online in these spaces in the transitionary period, because they could put it this way, at least on the black guy side, black guys were just talking about among themselves like how to deal with women sometimes, but not then again, but on the other hand, most of the time they were talking about business and different shit to do and like improving as men and shit, just men shit. You feel me? It wasn't like really centered around women like that's what I remember. But I think I showed up in the transitionary period where it started switching over to like let her talk. We need allies on the panel or some weird shit like that. Like.
I think the draw, like why the there's such a big draw to the red pill is because it's kind of funny to like watch how delusional people are, in a way. So I think that's the draw. Like the guys are like, oh, these bitches are stupid, ha ha ha, which is funny, but we already knew bitches are stupid. So so what's the fucking point?
No, but that's where the level of being pathetic comes into it. It's just like you want like a one up so bad. You know what I'm saying? You want like, oh yeah, look at you, see you're wrong. See, I told you, like bitches know they're wrong. Like they don't know but at least they have this on the black side of things. They have like SBE, like same, blame, explain, meaning bitches know and they don't care. You feel me? But hold on, let me get Shaka. Shaka News says red pill to be a better blue pill. That's facts. That's facts. Especially that's like I don't know, Shaka wasn't here earlier, but that's the guys who I had pulled up where they were talking about, yeah, man, you gotta stop being promiscuous. You're the ones that's making it bad because you're not making a family. I'm like, yeah, that's like, but those are supposed to be red pill guys. You feel me? So those are like red pill space guys who are on the super trad like, all right, man, we gotta be better men to save this shit. They ain't no saving this shit.
Yeah, because like we said, like all these terms evolve and they added concept to them. So like at first, red pill was like the truth or dare, and then they added kind of business into it, right? And then they added the pickup artist into it. But usually it was all separate concept. Like if you were a business person, like you learn about business. If you want to like be a better woman, you picked up on the pickup artist, right? And then the red and the blue would just signified like are you like realizing what's going on, or do you think the government is fucking you, or you think the government is like making your life better? That was the basis of the red and blue. But then they added so many concepts that now I wouldn't. What is Shaka said? Trade our
Saying
blue pill.
trad. He's saying like trad.
Oh, trad.
Trad are blue pill, so like traditional. But see, and that's the thing why I get mixed up. So
Yeah, so
to me all red pill is like blue pill, like Shaka was saying, because even somebody like fresh and fit like Myron Gaines or some shit will be like, oh yeah, you're gonna have a family, you're gonna have your shit together, your money, and if you're gonna have other women, you got. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's all just to be better, to control the bitch, to find a way to control the bitch. Like, you can't do it. Like, stop it.
So I think where he's getting at is maybe like at the beginning when they added like the pickup artist into it, like the dating thing. At the beginning, maybe it was like the red was that, and then the blue was the trad. But the trad like
Facts, yeah.
is not really in the blue anymore because the blue is. Yeah, I think like the trad got out of the blue and now they're kind of back on red, but they don't fit with red. So then they kind of went to the black pill, but then the black pill got bastardized. Then black pill got bastardized. So like the trads have like their own thing now. I don't even fucking know.
This shit sounds like a mess, dog.
I think it's because everybody just tried to be like the man of the pill, so they just kept adding concept and fucking trying to one up each other, but just for whatever reason, for money or clout. So I think all these concepts are fucking stupid. To me, the red and the blue is just like, are you, do you know what's going on? Is the government trying to fuck you, or do you believe the government is, the benevolent fucking savior? To me, that's the only way to
Facts.
look at the pills.
That's like the original, and that does make sense to me because I know forgetting what word I want to use, but the trope was like blue pill simp. So blue pill is connected directly to simp.
Well, now it
And
is. I think the the newest innovation of it is the simp that can't get laid and he's mad at everybody. I think it just evolved into that. Originally, it was not that. It was probably like Shaka saying, it was probably the trads that were the blue, because it was the contrast to the red, right? So the red were like, go get as many women as you can, and then the blues were like, be traditional. But then everything got bastardized. So now it's blue is incels and red is everything else.
I'm just so glad I didn't really know about any of this shit when I was really outside in the streets. You feel me? Like but you know what I mean by when you're really hitting the clubs or like all that shit. Like when you have a presence in the street, when you don't wait in line, like people know you. You know what I'm saying? Like back when I was really moving like that, like I'm glad. Like it has to be like I couldn't imagine going out and thinking in my head like, all right, I'm gonna get these numbers and I'm gonna stand like this and I'm gonna do that shit's fucking crazy.
And like if I do this, then the rest of my beliefs are not really gonna fit. So am I gonna fit with all these people, or now do I gotta switch to this team? Like you just did your thing. You had friends, you did your thing. Everybody had little different like views and shit. But now it's like it's more division. That's what it is. It's just more division. Like, oh, you have this kind of belief, so now you cannot fit with our group. Now you have to be that part of that group. And yeah, I think it just solves more division.
Chaka New says everyone is still blue pill. You have blue pill dudes, then you have blue pill simps.
So then the blue pill got split into the two. There's still two sides of the blue pill. So
No, but Shaka, answer this. Shaka, answer this. You have to be a simp to be blue pill because blue pill is like happy wife, happy life, right? So I know Shaka's gonna answer me, but yeah, it's very interesting. Like I was saying, I'm glad I didn't know about this when I was like out hunting, like actively like young hunting bitches, and not just like now getting bitches is just different. If I'm on point physically and I'm just like put myself in proximity, it should just happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not. But back in the days, like going out, being out, like in the spot, like I can imagine going out and like trying to be cool. You know what I'm saying?
Nowadays, yeah, I agree. I agree.
Like going out with in your mind, like, all right, yeah, like I'm gonna go stand like this. I'm gonna say
you got to think about like if you're gonna be picking up somebody closer to your age, they're probably not gonna be as polarized with all these like different ideologies. So you can still kind of move in a similar way you used to. But if you try to pick up on like a younger girl, right, that has all these ideologies, yeah, then I think you're gonna have harder time. And then if you're a guy who's full into that ideology, and then you try and pick up, somebody your own age, like younger, that they have all these ideologies, I think it's just a fucking mess.
The
Wait,
reason
buying
I the
buying a house
what?
could be a blue pill, Shaka. How is buying a
Yeah,
house a blue pill? That doesn't make
I
sense.
can I can answer that because it's a blue pill idea. If you're a red pill, you understand you never own the house. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking at it business wise, maybe it's not blue pill to own the house. But if you're thinking you're buying the house and you're owning something on this land in America, you're not owning shit. You're renting that shit forever. And if you slip up on your payments, all that equity you put
No,
in goes to nothing.
okay, but then there's the other side. If you got a good deal and it was like an investment thing, or you were gonna flip it, right? So you can buy a house. You're like, okay, I can hold it for 2 years, and then I'm gonna flip it, right?
But that I just distinguished that. I said if you went into that with that mentality, knowing like this is a flip to get money, this isn't something that I can lean on and own, and something I can hold as my lineage. This
Are you
is
talking about
this.
like I'm gonna move my family in there and live happily ever after? That's what you mean, like in that kind of way?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Then yeah, for sure. Yeah, but you see how one like buying a house could be like fucking now in three different directions.
Yeah,
Just
that's why he just said. That's why he said can be to get an example of how broad blue pill can be. Like that can be blue pill. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So there's a baseline understanding of reality that's red of the truth and the games that they're trying to play with us, and then it goes to different levels and shit. So. But it's just so convoluted now. I feel like there's really no point in entertaining it. I feel like
And
everybody's out there. Everybody's
and
out there fucking
I don't
minds.
think
Like,
there's going back either. I think it's just getting worse and worse and worse because people are just adding fucking more shit to it. Just
I'm
throw in
saying,
whatever they can fucking stick it to the wall and just.
hey, there's so many guys talking about bitches online, but these bitches are getting paid heavily. So either the super rich or either the higher class of people, so-called higher class, are supplying all these women with money, or everybody's supplying them with money.
Well, logically, the only woman that would like the only girls that would go on that type of panel are like girls who are trying to like get either attention or make money, right? Like the OF girls are trying to make money, right? And then the other girls, all they trying to do is get attention. If they don't do OF and they're on a panel, why are they
Listen,
there?
I'm not gonna
They're
get too
there
much
for
details, but I know girls who've been on those panels, and I don't believe nothing the bitch said, so she could have lied to me. But she's saying like somebody just like came up to her friend while they were out or something, asked her if she wants to be on this show. I didn't know what I was going to be on and all this bullshit. Like, you know
That's
what I'm saying?
that's a cap. If somebody's gonna ask you, "Hey, do you want to be on the show?" I would say maybe I'll be generous. I'll give him 5%. Be like, okay, like I don't think anybody's not doing any type of fucking check-in, especially with the internet age nowadays. I highly doubt it.
Fact. So Shaka said exactly what I said. But yeah, those types of girls that like just the type. Here's the thing. Maybe I'm in this bubble because those types of girls that we're talking about who are on these panels. That's like I see that a lot. You know
They're
what I'm saying?
attention
Like,
whores. Yeah, they're attention whores.
yeah, but you gotta understand like where Fresh and Fit is filming. It's like 10-minute walk from my house. You know what I'm saying? Like it's right across the bridge in Brickell. When
Okay.
you go across the bridge and walk around in Brickell, you just see sex workers, and you realize these bitches are being paid and being very well taken
Yeah.
care of. Very well taken care of. You can't live over there. Like, you can't live over there. Let me put it this way. And a regular ass apartment over there is like, let's start. It's like $6,000. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the girls that don't even have OF, they're looking for attention for maybe do it privately, right? Maybe they got sugar daddies. Maybe they're looking for sugar daddies.
But we don't have to distinguish that. They're all women are looking for attention. We don't have to distinguish that. They're all looking for attention on some level.
Yeah, at some level, but those are like they go to they're going step above, right?
I don't think so. I don't like to distinguish things like that because it makes you like, oh, this bitch is above that bitch, and I don't really believe that. Like, let me just. It is what it is. Presented with opportunity, a girl who you think is not that will do what you think she won't do.
100%. But logically, there's definitely girls that when they got asked, they were like, "No, I'm not interested," right? So those girls are not really seeking attention because if they are in some type of way, but they're not to the level of the other girls. Because if you just agree to go on something that you have no idea about, what does it tell you about the person? It tells you something.
Says they're fucking dumb, but you know who we're talking about, so I'm not really surprised by that. I'm not really putting that past anybody.
I guess it goes back full circle to girls being stupid.
It is what it
for,
is.
for the most
The
part.
thing
For
is,
the most part.
I don't even like to put stupid on it. I just like to say don't make any sense. You feel me? That's why I don't believe in any of these like. Let me make a distinction. I don't believe in any of these pills and all this bullshit when it comes to women and stuff like that because there is no formula. You feel me? Like how I couldn't teach somebody. You can't teach somebody how to get bitches. You can't teach somebody what to do. You can maybe teach somebody what not to do. Maybe.
Yeah.
But teach somebody what to do that doesn't exist.
If you're an awkward guy and you like have no game, you're not teaching that guy. You're not teaching that guy how to like talk to girls. There's no fucking way.
I don't know. If it put it this way, like I never thought about doing this, but right now, if somebody asked me if you're super awkward and shit, and you didn't know how, you're just carrying yourself awkward, even around men, you carry yourself out because there's different types of guys. There's ones who are like awkward around women, but they're cool as fuck around guys, but they just don't know how to make it click and shit. And there's motherfuckers who are awkward around everybody and like meek and shit. If you're meek and shit, I'm not gonna tell you words to say or like affirmations or something like that. You need to go fucking get in a Muay Thai class or something. You need to get like a little confrontational. You know what I'm saying? Like you get something else in your spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like I could never be like, oh yeah, you got to go say these words and stand like this and put your shoulders back and do all this like.
Yeah, but I don't think that meek guy, even if you put him in like these classes, I don't think even to like, I don't think he's gonna like transform and now be like a cool guy around guys. I don't think that's gonna happen either.
I think cool guys who are not bullies can raise men. Men raise men up. You feel me? When you're around people who are cool, they're not fucking bullies, and especially people who raise themselves up, they can help you raise yourself up.
Yeah, can you improve him? Yeah, but can you really like change him? I don't think so because I don't think you can like you either have that like the charisma gift or you don't have the charisma gift. I don't think that's something you can teach.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying it's not needed if you can present yourself properly. The charisma is not even really needed. You just got to know how to shut the fuck up at some point.
But now if we compare like 10 or 15 years ago, I would totally agree with you. As long as you're like reasonable and yourself, you'll be okay. But nowadays, if you don't have charisma with how all these girls are acting, like how more of like well, it's the social media fault, but yeah, but now I think if you're just like a regular guy, you're gonna have a hard time. Even if you're like a regular cool guy, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have to have some type of charisma.
Like I said, like I've been like to be real. I used to be super in the mix, and I haven't really been in the mix like that for like 4 years, maybe like 5 years. I spent like 2 years, the past 2 years traveling and shit. Before that, I was working on other shit.
Well,
But I don't know, like not being around shit, like I don't nothing really changed for me. The only thing is proximity. Like I know like why I don't have like a whole stable of bitches right now. That we can.
Well, yeah, because you're not going out of your way to do it.
Yeah, but here's the thing: people think there's some magic behind it. No, it's not. It's just like proximity. You feel me? If you just have to go out and put yourself in proximity to motherfuckers, and the shame about that in America is that we're surrounded by like alcohol culture, and I have no interest in like going out and drinking alcohol to be around people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I can kind of give you I guess example just from personal life, like because I do a bunch of different sports, right? So like all my whole soccer teammates, like we're all same type of guy. We all have like charisma. We joke around, like we're bros, like old school bros. And then I rock climb as well. And when I go rock climbing, 90% of these dudes are no personality, no charisma, no type of. If there's girls in the gym, like like if there's a girl in the gym and she's attractive, I'll try to like spit not like spit game down, but like I'll have a conversation with her, and then like if it hits it off, then I'll continue. If not, then if she's some like walk type of girl, then I just I end my conversation and I move on. But if the girl is cool, like I'll talk to her, and then if I see her in the gym next time, whatever it is. But 90% of these guys in the rock climbing gyms, they wouldn't even approach a girl. They wouldn't even say a word. They barely talk. Like if you say something to them, they're weird. They're weird people. So
what's the ratio of like women in rock climbing gym?
maybe like 60-40, 70-30, man to woman.
60,
It's
40,
yeah,
70,
there's
30.
decent amount of girls, but most of the girls that rock climb, it's a she her. Yeah.
Wait,
So you
wait. A she, her. Wait.
yeah.
A transformer or a dyke? What are you talking about?
No, like if you go into like their, let's say if you were check to their Instagram, right? They'll have like their pronouns in their bio.
Oh, it's gonna. Oh, one of those type of people. All right.
So they might be straight. They're not necessarily gay or trans, right? They're straight girls,
Yeah,
but
the liberal
they
bitches that go to college and
correct.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So they have that ideology, she her in the fucking bio, you know? And then half of the guys that climb are kind of like that too. Maybe they won't have pronouns, but they would, they wouldn't disagree. Like if you said something, like the conversation we have, they wouldn't even engage in that type of conversation, you know? And then you get those guys that are like us, they're a regular man and they just want to get a workout, and but that's guys, it's 50-50. Women, it's like 90-10 when it comes to like, the ideology.
So you're telling me that if I go to a rock climbing class, I'm gonna clean up?
If you don't mind the liberal she her type.
I go with it. And here's the thing. And here's the thing.
Then you can clean up.
I've noticed like when bitches really fuck with you, that shit kind of goes out the window. You don't have to even entertain that shit. They might try to get you to entertain it, but as long as you don't get into a back and forth with them, you just kind of dismiss it.
Oh
They're not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
try
You
to.
don't. Yeah, I like even with them. Like I don't know if they have that in their bio, right? Like I don't have their Instagram right away, so I'll engage in a conversation. I'll have a good conversation with them. I'll think they're normal and stuff, right? But sometimes something will come up in the conversation, and then you realize they're like, oh, they're like fucking liberals, Like, do I care if I'm trying to like have sex with her or like have a I don't really care, but at this point, like I'm not trying to date just to date. Like, I'm trying to date to like eventually have a wife. Well, not a wife. I don't want to get married through the state, but that's a different story. But you know what I mean? Like, I want to have kids, so I want to find a girl that I can have kids with. So I'm not gonna like I'll entertain that for like go out for drinks with like with the liberal one, But I'm not gonna entertain it past that. So like if we go out for drinks and we have sex, like it'll be cool. But I'm not gonna like go out with her, 5-6 times and see if I can go somewhere just because her ideology wouldn't even agree with me. So I wouldn't even waste my time. So like yeah, would I have a conversation in a gym with him and maybe go grab a drink one time and try to fuck? Yeah. But I wouldn't like spend multiple times to just to have sex because I know it's not gonna be anything serious anyways. You get what I'm saying?
So you're saying what are the shit the bitches say? So you're doing you're dating with intention.
Yeah, I guess you can say that, yeah. But I'll still engage. But I just like I said, if I go out for a drink and we get to fuck, like cool, But I'm not gonna be like trying to take her on 5 dates and and just to fuck. Like that ain't happening. Because I know even if I fuck her, like after the 5 dates, I spend so much money, I wasted so much like time, and it's not gonna be serious. So, because now I'm like eventually want to start a family. So it's just the intention is different now.
All right,
But
so
if you're just looking for sex and you're willing to, let's say, have 1 date or 2 days, 3 days to like just fuck, then yeah, you're at the
no.
gym. You're gonna clean up.
No,
But
but let me ask you before I fucking forget.
go ahead.
So since you're dating for some bitch to marry or some shit like that,
No, not
how
necessarily
many
married, but yeah.
how many times will you go out with her without having sex with her?
Depends on the span of time. So like if we're doing, let's say, I don't know, like if if we're gonna do, let's say within like a month or two, I would do maybe 3 to 5 dates max. And I don't know, if it was like, let's say once a month, then I could see maybe like 5 to 7, because you're not really like, you're doing something else in between, so you're not really putting in time. So I could see maybe 5 and 7 dates, like if I'm not seeing her often. But if I see her often within a shorter period of time, then 3 to 5.
I'm not gonna refute that. I don't know what. I'm not even thinking about like dating somebody to get married or some shit like that.
Well, it
So it's
also
like
depends.
that.
Like if I just
Hold on. That
yeah, go
that
ahead.
sounds fucking like insane to me. Like going out with a chick like for one, I know you're not a virgin. So why am I gonna go out with you 3, 4, 5 times and like we're not gonna have sex? Maybe like once, twice max. Max. You feel me? Like I think that's twice is
Well,
max.
no, it also depends. Like, let's say if I know her at a gym, right? If I know her at a gym and I talk to her, let's say for 3, 4 months, like as a like a person in the gym, right? So I kind of know her, and
Yeah,
then
that's
we
no
go out.
investment though. I'm
No,
talking
no,
about
no, no, no.
investment. Like
I'm not talking investment.
I'm talking about investment. I'm not talking about you're already going to the gym. You feel me? That's not you're not like doing anything
Yeah,
extra
but
for the.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if I know her like that, then it'll be faster, right? But if I met her first day at a gym, like, and we just talk once, like let's say today I met her, I talked to her, I got her number, and I asked her like on a date, right? Then I wouldn't expect her to fuck me like on the first date because we really don't know each other, you know? So like I would give her more time. But if I know her for like 3 months in the gym and eventually I'm like, okay, I'm gonna now ask her on a date, then I would expect like the 1 or 2 days because we already kind of know each other. So you already know if you kind of like me or you don't, right? So then we can like move past it. But if I just met her today, like I wouldn't expect her to go on the first day and like fuck me. I mean, would it be nice? Yeah, but I could see why she wouldn't do it because we just met. So I'll give her like a little bit of a grace period.
I know,
Yeah,
like
that's just me.
I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm just interested
Yeah,
in how
different
other people
opinions.
look
Yeah.
at shit because I've never, let me not say never, maybe once I have, but besides that, maybe once or twice, maybe, but besides that, I've never gone out with a chick on a date unless we've already had sex or it's very clear like we're attracted to each other. You feel me? It's that there is no like I don't understand this whole going on a date to get to know each other and to get to know if we like each other. No, we know we like each other and we're attracted and we are sexually attracted to each other before we go out. You feel me? Like that's already established. I don't understand like, oh yeah, you're pretty. I like to get to know you and I'll take you out or whatever. And then you go out with this girl and then you're like, now I'm there auditioning for a bitch. Like no,
Oh no.
I never.
Well, like I said, if I just met her like first day, right, and I'm like, hey, let me get your number, and then I'll like text her and like, hey, you want to go grab a drink? Like, I'm not gonna expect to fuck her the first night, cause you get it, cause like, yeah,
No, I'm not saying no. I'm never saying you should expect on the first night.
yeah,
It should be third. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this, and let me, because you'll understand what I'm saying. Let me say it like this:
yeah,
when you first spoke to her and got her number, there was something there.
attraction, yeah, correct.
Yes, you can see like at the eye of the tiger or whatever. You feel
Yeah,
me?
but that
Like
attraction doesn't necessarily mean that she knows, like,
no, that
like,
doesn't mean she's gonna fuck you. No, but I'm saying like if it's like the same night or same day, like oh we're gonna go get some drink, maybe that's too quick to do this. But if you got her number and then you're chatting on like texting for a couple of days, it should already have been some like sexual talk. You feel me? It should already have been some like or some innuendo of some
foreplay
type.
or yeah, I get you, I
Yeah.
get what you're saying.
Like if there is none of that, then we're not even gonna go on a date. I'm not. It doesn't have to be anything extra. It doesn't have to be anything crazy like phone
I
sex. You
agree. I
feel me? Like
agree. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
If the conversation isn't smooth, then you know it's not gonna go nowhere. So you wouldn't even waste your time. I agree with that. I wouldn't either.
yeah. I pulled the girl on screen because like this is the kind of girl who's in the rock climbing class.
Yeah. Well, there's different types. They all, but most of them would be like, yeah, I would say like that.
Yeah, I could tell, bro. She's walking on a rock. She got a rock on her neck.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like I said, like most of them are like those liberal types, so it's like it's not your best pool of choice, especially for like what I want. If you like I said, if you're just looking for fucking, then you'll probably do okay. But if you're like actually looking, to have kids eventually with somebody, like then I don't know if that's the best
Teach,
place.
teach. Yo, hit the like. Yo, people passing through the show, hit the like. Yo, teach the audience how to find love for children. How do you do that?
Love? What the fuck do you mean love for children?
You said you're looking for one bitch to marry. I'm guessing you want somebody who to you want to be with forever. I guess you would love them, right? I'm guessing you. Or you looking for a
Well,
surrogate? You looking for a surrogate or something?
oh, no, like eventually I want to have kids, so obviously I want to have it with a girl that I like. Love is, uh, love is fleeting, but yeah, someone I can stand. How about that? That's a good way to put it. Someone I can stand.
All right, so yeah, we're getting to the bottom of this now. This guy just
Yeah.
wants to spread his genetics, and he would like to be around his kid. He just wants to spread the genetics. It would be an extra nice. It would be an extra nice little bonus if he gets to raise his kid. That'd be.
Yep. If that's a perfectly put. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to see if there's like women monetizing being sexy while rock
You know what
climbing.
it
I'm
is?
trying
It's
to.
just over time, like every woman I meet, at the end of the day, I maybe like 3 in my lifetime that had common sense. Other than that, every single one of them, no common sense. And me being like a reasonable, like a logical reasoning kind of type of person, I just can't stand it. So like I said, for a night, I have no problem with it, But for like if I'm gonna have a kid and I'm gonna have to like raise a kid with her, then it's a bleak future. If she can't fucking understand logic and reason, it just drives me fucking crazy.
Well, you're gonna be crazy. You're out here trying to get bitches to
To
concede
use logic and
to
reason,
logic and
I know,
reason.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm fucked. I'm so fucked.
It's over. That's what I say. It's good. Good luck to the family guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. That it's bleak for like yeah, but then you have the red pillars, right? Then you have the red pillars. As long as she looks good and she shuts up, but she ain't gonna shut up because she doesn't have logic.
Look,
So
she has zero incentive to shut up. For
yeah,
one,
yeah. So so
for,
so
for
so so at the end of the day, you're gonna end up in a situation that you don't want, that you advocate against. Like, so that's why I don't fucking understand them. Like, all you looking is for the shut up and good looks, but you cannot stand these dumb bitches. But you're gonna end up with the dumb bitch. So it makes zero sense. It makes fucking zero sense.
we got Margot Hayes. She climbed her titties off her chest, as we can see. Um, we're just looking at it. We got Keita on the show. He be rock climbing and shit. So we're pulling up bitches with that be on rocks. Look at her with a rock. She gonna
Yeah,
go right there.
at least the dudes in the sphere, it's not like it's not liberal, At least you get 50-50. You get the weirdos and you get the regular guys. So I met some cool guys that rock climb, regular dudes that like to grab a beer and talk shit, talk a little bit of politics, talk a little bit of of bullshit. But some of them, like the other half, oh, brutal, brutal.
This shit's crazy as hell, bro. You can do this?
Yeah, I usually climb in the gym indoors. I don't go as much outdoors, but it's just closer. Outdoors, like I gotta drive like 45 minutes, and then the other place is like almost 2 hours. So it's kind of inconvenient. At gym, I got like 15 minutes for me, and I have another one like 10 minutes. So I have like 2 gyms close to me.
I never really looked up a female rock climber. I guess she's supposed to be very good, but this shit, she looks like she's struggling. I seen guys do it. They look like they're killing it. This shit is
Nah,
struggling.
well, nah, I seen some fucking girls that would fucking blow guys out of the fucking water with climbing.
I guess
But
they
like,
got stronger, but they got stronger legs, but their grip strength is not as strong as a guy. So I don't know.
no, you know what it is? It's their flexibility helps very much in rock climbing, and the girls are usually way more flexible than guys. So it gives them like they can stay closer to the wall. So then the closer the wall to the wall you are, the less strength you need.
Hmm.
Because it's all about like leverage and what you call leverage and fuck, I forgot the other word.
Tension or I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you can say tension.
So where they're climbing on this wall, did they make these little? Are they just putting their hands where there's places to put your hands, or did somebody make those little grips and stuff?
No,
Like
no,
that?
it's just a rock, and then you see all the white spots. So like people grab the same, because there's only like on this kind of like a rock, there's going to be like couple spots you can grab. So people would tend to grab the same spot. So eventually you're gonna have these white marks from like because everybody uses chalk. So then you have these white marks that everybody grabs. So that's how you know where to grab it. But if you're like on a wall that a lot of people don't do it, then you like kind of it's like looking in the dark. You like putting your hand and just trying to grab onto something, and you find like, okay, I think I can grab this, and then you try to move up.
Shit's wild. I don't know.
And
I don't know.
in the gyms, you have like everything set up so you know where to grab. But outdoors, it's like fucking lottery.
So you've been outdoors, like you bring the whole like mattress on your back and all that shit,
Yeah,
and like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, look at this little rock thought. I like her, dog. I kind of like her now.
And this is what everybody does. What she's doing now, everybody does that. It's like you going over the wall without actually being on the wall. It looks hilarious. People just standing in front of a wall and they're waving their hands. Shit's funny.
Yeah. Shout out to her, little rock thought. You feel me? Athletic little rock thought. Maybe Keita will meet her and they'll have a family, a rock family.
Nah, I thought maybe I'll meet a nice girl rock climbing, but like I said, 90% of them are fucking she her. So I I
That's
gave up. I gave up on that idea.
that's like, but so that's America though. So where you gonna leave America? Where you gonna go? Back to Poland?
Nah, I went rock climbing in Poland too, bro.
So you gonna go
Although
get a
like
bit?
although Europeans are like more normal, but the people that rock climb just tend to be more liberal, especially girls. Because even in the Polish gym, like I seen some fucking colored hair weirdos.
So if
So
you go, so if you're having trouble on this shit and you go like, shit, man, this faggot ass rock, everybody's gonna be like,
oh, I don't give a shit. I say what it is. So I get looks sometimes, because me and my boy we don't give a fuck. We're in the middle of the gym. We're just having fucking regular conversation like we have now. People just be staring at us, but I don't give a fuck.
That's very interesting. I would assume bitches in rock climbing classes were thoughts. I don't know why I would assume that, but I would just assume it.
Oh, there is some. I met like I said, I met like fucking couple, and the one was like a liberal, but she was a thought. So it is what it is.
But doesn't that go hand in hand though? Like pretty much.
No, the other ones are more like fucking crystal. Uh, I want to live free, hippie type. She her.
Hmm. We're gonna look
Usually
this
the
up.
promiscuous bitches like they don't rock climb. They end up in the fucking bar or club. Like
Nah,
the other.
I think you're mistaken. Promiscuous bitches
No.
in
Like
in the yoga class. You feel
yeah.
me?
But rock climbing is kind of like, you got to put in the work. It's not like yoga, like, oh, let me just, stretch a little bit, and, like like you got to be dedicated to rock climb.
Man, you sound like you never been to a yoga class, dog.
No, I never been to yoga class. I don't think yoga is gay necessarily. I think yoga is great for, like stretching and all of that. But going to like a yoga class with like girls, I think that's kind of gay.
Well, put it this way. Now that you said that, I've never been to one outside of. Damn, I wish I could. I it's, I don't even like thinking about this bitch because I didn't smash. But this fine ass bitch, let me not say her name, but this fine ass Colombian bitch that I had known from like high school days and shit. I had stayed around after high school and like chilled around a bit, She was a yoga teacher at a studio. One of these studios, there's like a big one that's like it gets hot as shit in there, like 120 degrees or something. It's very
Oh, the
interesting.
hot yoga shit? Yeah, I heard of it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, I definitely felt charged up for like a week after I did that shit. Definitely
No,
felt like
I don't
super good.
disagree. I think yoga is great. Like for your body, I think yoga is probably one of the best things you can do. But
And
like,
now,
going
and
to
I
a class
think,
full of girls doing it, like that's kind of like if you go with your boys, that's a little different. But if you're just like by yourself, like, I don't know, a little fruity to me.
I think I don't know. I think it depends how you carry yourself. Because if you're not carrying yourself like you're fruity or whatever, like I haven't
Yeah,
done this
that's
yet. But
that's
I haven't
true.
done this yet, but I plan to do it. I want to take a yoga class around here in the most expensive one I could find in the most inconvenient time of the day for
Well,
regular
also,
people. Meaning,
if you think logically, would you rather like be in a class full of men doing yoga, or would you rather be in a class full of women? Look, I agree. You'd rather be in a
yeah, it's
class full of
obvious,
women looking at the ass than
I'd
men
rather go to
discussing.
yoga
Yeah.
class than go to jujitsu. You know what I'm saying? Definitely rather do that.
Well, I used to wrestle, so I have nothing against jujitsu, but
I used to do martial arts too, and I
yeah.
like and I don't have I never had anything against jujitsu until as of recent. I feel like it's been infiltrated, and it's like
By
a
the
lot
homo.
of
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of excuse
yeah.
just to like, you know what I'm saying, like just to be
Yeah,
weird, you
but
know.
I think a lot of gyms, like if they see that, they'll kick people out because they're usually like the hardcore type of guys. Like if they see something like fucking fruity, they're gonna be like, yo, not in my gym.
You would hope so. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
I know like two gyms. I don't like go to them, but a friend of mine goes to one, and the other one he visits sometimes. So I went with him like a couple times. So I know they don't like put up with any of that shit. I'm sure there's some gyms that probably do, but from what I've seen, most of the gyms they won't put up with that kind of shit, But I'm sure there is some weirdos that do.
Yeah, I can't risk it.
Just
But
disclaimer: I don't hate nobody. It's just I don't prefer that kind of life, and I don't think it's right. But to each
man,
his own.
if you're assuming I hate you because
No,
I
no,
don't want
not
to
you.
be around
No.
you,
I'm giving
I'm
disclaimer just for the somebody
I'm
watching it
saying
later. They're gonna
I'm
think
giving
I'm some
it.
type of homophobe. I'm not a homophobe, bro.
Well,
I've
I'm
been
giving an
friends with
anti.
gay people.
I'm giving an anti disclaimer.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I have been friends with them too. Well, I'm not anymore because I'm not going to get into the conversation because
No, I'm not saying
anyway.
that. No. It's not like that. I went and hang out with them. It's just like we were at school or we were like like if he's a rock climber and he's gay, like I don't care. I'll talk to you. Like I'll dap you up. It's whatever. But I'm not gonna like go hang out with you. You know what I mean? Because it's just not my cup of tea.
Exactly, you have nothing fucking
Yeah.
in common. You feel me? Motherfucker
I
want to
have.
go on a rock. Motherfucker want to go on a rock climbing trip with you. He's like, yo, let's go out in the woods together. But
Yeah.
motherfucker,
No.
fuck
It ain't
you,
happening, bro. No way. No fucking way.
motherfucker. Oh man, I slap blood in your mouth, motherfucker. You gotta go crazy.
Uh,
But let's pivot the show for a moment. Let's pivot the show.
Carl Jung was a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst. He was a prolific author and a correspondent, and in this video, I'm going to share his idea of collective unconscious versus consciousness based on the story of Adam and Eve. The content of this video is based on the book Decoding Jung Metaphysics, written by Bernardo Castro. Jung occasionally references the biblical fall of man, the eating of the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge in paradise, as a symbol of the development of consciousness. In his essay, The Stages of Life, Jung explains that it is the growth of consciousness we must thank for the existence of problems. As long as we are submerged in nature, we are unconscious and live in the security of instinct that knows no problem. Instinctual animals face no dilemmas or difficult choices. Imagine
First off, you're European. Where is she from? Where's this person from?
Could be a Russian. Could be maybe like Austrian, Hungary, maybe. Maybe
Maybe jerk fucking everything.
Nah, I would say either like Russian, because Russians just have so many like different lookings. It's hard to tell sometimes. But she could also be like either like the not Sweden. What do you call it? Hungary, Austria, German, like that kind of old Bavaria.
This bitch is the prototypical European. She's everywhere. You know what I mean? She could be French too. Fuck it.
No, but see, like me living in Europe, like I can like to you, like we all kind of look similar. There is not much distinction, I would say, right? But like when you're in Europe, like when you live, like you tell the differences between. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like if I see a Spanish person, right? I have no clue if they're Dominican or Puerto Rican or you know what I mean? But like a Spanish person is gonna know, like, oh, he looks Dominican, he looks Puerto Rican. But I cannot tell. So like with Europeans, I can tell. If that makes sense.
You just couldn't tell right now though.
No, but I gave you like the area. Like for sure she's not Spanish, she's not French, you know?
What's up, Kita? You smashing this black chick or what?
From the face, yeah, the body looks decent too. I mean, we could look down. I mean, we don't see the bottom part, but yeah, she could get it.
You know, Kita don't discriminate. He
No, I do
regulates every
not.
shade of that.
I do not. I go from black to gray and from black to white and every scale of gray.
You know what it is. So you already know. Any ladies out there? Oh, she got a little slim body on her. Okay, okay. You feel me? So any ladies out there know that Keita's trying to get married and he likes ratchet women. He likes ratchet black women.
No, for a night maybe.
He wants to have a mixed baby with a ratchet black woman.
No.
What, you trying to preserve the race or something?
Oh no! I'm not saying that. Just the ratchet. Take out the ratchet, then we have no issues. I don't care if she white and she ratchet. If she ratchet, she.
So you won't take a ratchet Russian?
No.
Ratchet or what
I mean,
about
for a night, I don't care. If she's ratchet for a night, I don't care. But if I'm gonna have babies with somebody, I don't care what color, as long as she's not ratchet.
Yo, let my audience know. Let my audience know what part of Poland the ratchet bitches are at.
I would say mostly probably in the bigger cities. I wouldn't put it like a geographical location of Poland specifically. I don't think.
Put a name on it, bro.
No, I just think bigger cities you're gonna find more ratchet than smaller cities, just because the communities keep it like.
Which big cities?
Oh, in Poland you have like, well, you got 3, maybe like 5 major cities, and everything else is like smaller.
What's the top 3 major cities? Popskotchkos or whatever the fuck?
Warsaw, Krakow, and Gdańsk or Danzig. In English, they call it Danzig. That's like what World War II started over, technically, over Danzig. Like those would be like the 3 main.
Oh, that's where they shot the Duke at, or whatever.
Yeah, no. That was World War One. That's how World War One they shot the Duke in Austria. That was in Austria, and then World War II, their first shot was fired in Danzig by the Germans' warship. Because Danzig used to be part of Germany before World War One. So after World War One, they took a lot of land from Germans, right? And the Danzig area was part of Germany. So then, since like 70%, I think, was like German populated, Like Hitler was like, oh, I want to add that to Germany because 70% of the people are German there, you know. But because they gave that part to Poland after World War One, like the people didn't like it, so the people wanted to like kind of be back with Germany, you know, because that's like their home language and all that. So then Hitler was like, I'm gonna take Danzig, and Britain was like, nah, you're not taking it. And then Hitler was like, nah, I'm gonna take it, and he went to take it, and Britain, you know, retaliated. And the funniest part is, after the war ends, the British are like, you know what, we don't care about Poland. The Russians can have it. So they started a war to defend a territory that they ended up giving to Russians at the end of the day. Fucking great war. Great fucking war. This whole shit is a fucking joke. If you know like the history, it's a fucking joke. We're gonna start a
Yeah.
war to defend the territory that we're gonna end up giving to the Russians anyways.
It's
So
all
now,
theater. Sounds like
yeah,
the
so
same old bullshit as usual.
yeah, I'm saying it's just like it's such a hypocrisy. Like we're gonna defend you, right? And then we're gonna give you to the fucking other enemy. Great. And Polish people and the Russians hate each other. For fucking 1,000 years, they hated each other.
Polish people and Russians hate each other.
Yeah, yeah. We've been at fucking war since fucking like 800. It's like 1,200 years. You know, well, all the way till World War One, technically. Yeah, we've been at war with Russians all the time.
So
Like,
Russia's big as shit. They could
well,
just run over there.
Russia wasn't as big back in the day.
All right, so they're big as shit now. You guys better definitely be careful about it.
Yeah. Well, now we can really like if Russia attacked us, we're fucked. But we were bigger in Russia like a couple hundred years ago until the people we can't talk about destroyed us from within, and Poland ceased to exist for fucking 123 years.
Yeah, but Poland is like, isn't it located directly next to Khazaria or whatever the fuck, or Ukraine or whatever they like to call it?
Well, Ukraine didn't exist. Like a third of Ukraine was part of Poland, and the other part was Russia. So Ukraine never existed.
So you seem like a history motherfucker. When
Yeah,
when was the
like
when was
Ukrainian,
the when was the Khazarian Empire?
Like Khazarians were like 1300s,
So do you know what I'm
1400s.
talking about when I
Yeah,
say that they're trying to annex area and make it Khazaria again? That's supposed to be
yeah.
like second. That's supposed to be like second Israel and shit.
Well, it's a bigger story with that, cause in
It's supposed
I
to be in
don't.
it's supposed to be the Ukraine, like most of the
Yeah,
Ukraine.
it is that part of. Yeah, you're correct about that. But what happened is that like we're you're talking about Khazaria, like there was a smaller, uh, like the
Oh,
original nation was called.
wait, I'm saying this wrong. It's supposed to be New Khazaria. That's what they're trying to do over there now. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like
Yeah,
second Israel.
but the story with that is like Khazaria came to be like I think 12, 1300s, right? But before that, it was a smaller nation, and the smaller nation had a different name. I forgot what it is. But what happened is that nation, you know how the Crusades were like, you know, like everybody was getting converted into some type of Christianity or some type of religion. Like you couldn't be pagan anymore, right? So they were originally pagans, like in the 11 900 like 900s and 1,000. So they were like pagans, and then eventually, like you know, people came and they were like, you got to pick a religion, and they ended up picking you know, the religion that we can't talk about. So that's what they did, and then the Khazarian Empire got formed, and then once the Khazarian Empire was collapsing, they all immigrated into like Western Europe, like Poland, Germany, you know. So they lost their empire. They all immigrated to like our countries in Europe, and Khazaria ceased to exist. So then Poland had that area for like 400 or 500 years, and then the rest of the area was owned by Russia. And then what happened is those people started destroying Europe from within. And then after World War One, uh, they took away like they split the territory and they gave it mostly to Russia. And then after World War Two, it was still Russia because it was the USSR, right? And then when the Berlin Wall fell, they just ended up splitting Russia into like states, you know? Like how you have United States, you have all the states, you know, Florida, blah blah. So that's what they did with Russia technically, but all of it was conquered by Russia at the end of the day. Yeah, like European history is interesting, and I wish I knew more about Middle Eastern history because I don't know what really happened down there, you know.
And
But
nobody knows what the fuck happened. We're not gonna get into that conversation.
yeah,
But
that's totally
all I
different.
know what's happening is there's these Asian bitches there. Don't say bye
Yeah,
so quickly, ladies.
but when you know history, like when you know history, like everything that you like, you know, it just gets confirmed, you know.
I don't know because history's so convoluted that it's almost subjective. You know, unless you know somebody in a lineage that observed this and experienced it, that shit's almost just fucking subjective.
Well, that's true, yeah, because it's always written by the winners, you know. But there's still like certain records that got preserved over time, even written by the losers. Because like nowadays, if you're a winner, you're gonna write it. If you're a loser, your word ain't getting out, you know.
Yeah,
But
people have been like forging shit forever and doing that type of shit for
yeah,
years. Like I'm not against like I'm into history too. Like I read like a lot of historical literature or whatever. But to me, it's just like it just is what it is. It's more
yeah,
stories. To
but
me,
I
it's a
always
story that has a little bit more validity. You feel me? That's it. Just like
yeah, but the truth is always in the middle. It's not on one side or another. So when I'm talking about these things, it's like I know like the history that they teach you, plus I know like the history that is taught, you know, like in Europe we can say, right? So it's kind of different. So then if you compare the two, then you can kind of grasp what was kind of going on in the middle, you know. Like I'm not saying like whether who started the war, who was right, who was wrong, like it doesn't matter, but like the outcomes and who remained in power, that kind of you
yeah,
can
but
tell, you know, you can
that's all
tell. So
that's like self evident though. That's
yeah,
not really
yeah, yeah,
something.
exactly. So based on that, then you can kind of like piece back together what could have happened, you know, and yeah, because all those records like come from letters, you know, they preserve like all the letters from the kings and the counts and you know all that kind of shit. So that's why you get like two different stories, but then you can kind of piece it together.
I don't think it's impossible. I just don't care to. I'm not saying it shouldn't be done. It's if you feel like that's what should be done for you, that's what should be done. But
I
right
think it
now,
would just more people would kind of realize what's really going on. I think it would just help that, you know. But nobody's really interested in it, so what are you gonna
all
do?
I know, these historical facts won't do nothing for me right now. But you know what will do something for
Oh
me?
no, for sure.
Some sweaty Asian sis. Yo, look at that.
Uh, she. To be
Oh,
honest, she.
you're hating. Let's see what you got to say about it. Go look. Keep
No, no,
us
no,
hating,
not
guys.
bad. No, no, I'm not hating. I'm just saying like she's gonna do something for you for a short period of time. After that, it's fucking useless too.
Everything in life is for a short period of time and then useless. Like, what are you talking? This is the fleeting nature of life. Your life is for a short period of time and then you.
Well, I'm talking about like you know.
That's like everybody's reaching and grabbing for something substantial. This is gonna last for a long time. This is forever. This is
No, no,
no,
I'm
it's
talking
not.
about
It's
fucking.
over.
I'm talking about 20-minute pleasure. You know,
Like, I don't
where
know.
life at least you have a couple years. You know, or a couple decades at least. You know, but
I don't know. Like, see, you live a crazy like white guy lifestyle. I know you guys do. You go out drink beers and have one night stands. I don't be having mad one night stands. If I link with bitches, then we have like little burst intense relationships, and then they go away, and then they get in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
see,
it's just
yeah,
not.
to me, it's either a one night stand or I'm gonna be like, you know, looking to have kids with that person. You know, I'm not. I don't do like the in between shit. Like, yeah, I guess different culture.
And that's why condoms fucked up the game being invented and shit like that because you're not even supposed to be thinking about all this shit. You're just supposed to be, oh, I got a kid now. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to be like, oh, and all these choices and all that. It's really not supposed to be all this shit.
Oh,
You just fuck around.
I agree with that. But if I'm presented with these choices now, I'm like the middle of the road. I really don't care for. So it's either a quickie or something longer.
Well, it's already over for you. If you're gonna marry a woman, and you're gonna, yeah.
I'm
Let me
fucked. I know I'm fucked.
Yeah,
I'm so fucked.
yeah, it's over. So
Yeah, I know I'm so fucked. But I'm
it's
still
like
gonna
you
have
gotta,
I'm still gonna have a little bit of a hope. Even though I'm a pessimist, I'm gonna have a little bit of a hope.
yeah, you're gonna try to like beat the system and then end up in like commonwealth marriage or some shit like that. Like,
Nah, bro. That's another thing. Hell no.
yeah, I should have went to the fucking sauna today. I fucked around. I should have definitely went. Yo, what's up? Yo, hey, yo, hit the like. People in chat, hit the like. I'm gonna drop the link again. See if anybody wants to come up. Yo, yeah, hit the like. If you didn't hit the gym today, just get out of my chat. I don't want you around
Yeah,
here.
I skipped today.
Well, you probably went yesterday, so that's okay. You know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah,
skipped yesterday too, then I'm gonna
usually
drop you
get
from the panel. If you
I
skipped
usually, I
yesterday too.
usually get a quick workout in the morning when I wake up. I get at least like half an hour to an hour, and then I usually go like rock climb or I have soccer or some type of activity in the afternoon.
Now you got a lot of time on your hands. You got money, bro. All right.
No, you work hard, you can play hard.
Oh yeah, you said you're in the restaurant industry, and like people don't really
I
know. Like
was, yeah.
I know you
Not,
can stack a lot of
I'm not.
money in that shit.
Yeah, I'm not anymore, but I was. So I saved a lot of money. I invested some. So now I'm kind of while I'm looking for because I want to change careers. I don't want to go back to the restaurant industry. So now I'm trying to figure out which industry I want to get into. So now I'm just living off my investments and just trading stocks while I figure it out. But
Oh, so you understand stock trading? You trade off
yeah,
news or technical analysis?
yeah.
You trade off news or technical analysis?
Mostly news. But
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
well,
shit about that style of trading.
yeah, I keep it I keep it simple. So I mostly I trade Tesla. That's mostly what I trade. Like my like 80-90% of all my trades are in Tesla.
So you're just selling high, buying low.
Yeah, and Tesla moves like within a month. It usually moves like 10%. So
How do you but how do you go if you're on one stock? How are you playing just off news? You have to know where the highs and
well,
the
'cause
lows are.
Elon is such a polarizing person that he will like tweet something and the stock will move 5-10%. So
And it's
so
always positive. What does
yeah.
that mean?
So I just watch I'll just watch like Twitter all the time, and if Elon says something like controversial or something, like I know the stock is just gonna go down or go up, and then I'll cash out like
So if he says something controversial and it goes down, then you buy.
I'll buy it, and then I know it'll go back to the regular like regular level, and then I'll sell it or I'll hold it, and then it'll go up a little bit and I'll sell, and then again, like if he says something, then it'll go down a little bit, and then I'll buy it again. So like sometimes I'll hold it for like a month, sometimes I'll hold it for 2 weeks, and sometimes I'll hold it for like 2 months, But I know on average I'll do like 5 to 10% every month.
Not every month, that's not bad.
On average. But like I said, sometimes like I'll hold it 2-3 months, and then I'll get 20%. So like I didn't make anything for 2 months, but then I got 20%. So because I used to play with like all different stocks, and when you got to follow everything, unless you're doing like technical analysis. But if you're not doing technical analysis, then you got to be on top of the news. And if you're on top of the news and you have a bunch of companies, it's hard to stay updated on everything. So with Tesla, I just stick to Tesla, and then I have like some shit stocks that I'll throw a couple $100 in, and hopefully they'll do like over one day they do like 50% or 100% or something. But that's like gambling. That's just like gambling. But
But
the
I'm guessing
steady,
you have to have some type of information or heads up, you know,
well,
to
on the gambling shit.
yeah.
On the gambling shit, I'll do like GameStop, like GameStop fucking started moving because the guy from Wall Street Bets posted like a fucking uh like a meme on Twitter. So do you remember the whole thing with GameStop with the Wall Street Bets? So during
The
pandemic.
shit, yeah, back then they're trying to make that
Yeah,
happen
yeah.
again, aren't they? Like,
Yeah, so the guy posted like a meme, So I saw this. He posted the meme. The stock started moving. It moved like I don't know 20% within like the next day. It moved like 20%. So I was like, all right, people are just gonna ride the wave. So I fucking bought in a couple $100, and then it went up like up to 70%. So I made like I don't know 40% on it, but it was a gamble. Like it could have just went down. You don't know. So I threw in like I don't know what I threw in, $500 or $600 into it, and I cashed out like 1,000. So it was just like a quick within 2 days.
this is basically just like simple, like on some like Webull or Robinhood, just simple
Yeah,
buy and
yeah,
sell type shit.
but that just like gambling. But like I said, most of my money is just sitting in Tesla.
That's pretty interesting. I'm always interested in trading. I feel like truly trading is true freedom. Like I'm into technical analysis and currency trading and commodities and shit like that.
Currency is good, but currency you gotta fucking pay attention to a lot of fucking shit, and it's time consuming.
You just gotta learn. You gotta learn way more than just trading stocks when you learn like technical
Yeah,
analysis.
yeah, yeah.
Like I learned so much that thinking about it is like it doesn't seem like a big deal. But now like if I try to explain it to somebody, I understand like they're totally like lost. You know what I'm saying? Like they're lost to where I was when I first looked at the chart. Like this just
Yeah,
looks
like
ridiculous. You know.
I understand it. It's just I tried it before, but I I made some money and I lost some money. And then I was just like, you know what? It takes a lot of time, and I'm fucking, winning a little bit, losing a little bit. I was like, fuck this, and I just fucking just stuck to Tesla, and I'm averaging 5 to 10% every month. So, ended up being like a simple solution.
If it's not if it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah.
And with what he's doing, like the chance of that collapsing or going like it's so small, just because his hands are in so many pies, and the only stock related to him is Tesla. It's not like he has every company that he owns tradable. So even though Tesla is the only thing you can trade, but everybody uses that as like an Elon stock. So even if Tesla starts doing worse, like Neuralink starts like making advances, his Tesla stock is gonna go up because people are just dumping money as into Elon instead of like the actual Tesla. So
So you just see Tesla going up like exponentially. Like any dips are just for like correction.
yeah, pretty much.
Interesting. I don't see why. All the governments, like everybody's fucking behind him. So I don't see how you can really lose. And you have like the aesthetic bullshit going on.
Yeah, that's why it's like Coca-Cola, but or like all these big companies. But the issue with those is they don't move. They only move like 1% or 2% or maybe 3% in a month, or in 2 months. They don't move much. But Tesla, because of his craziness, fucking moves. So then I just watch his craziness and just fucking buy it at the right time. And it's not hard to predict. So
And the market's such bullshit. Like him saying something makes it dip, but like everybody knows it's gonna go back up. Like it doesn't really matter. It's such a
he has so many government contracts. Plus, like I said, the other companies have no stock. So everything from other companies, people people are dumb. So they just I'm not talking about like companies. Obviously, they take their shit serious, so they don't really trade based on other companies. But they're the normies. The normies be like Elon, Neuralink. Oh, is there a stock? No, but there's Tesla. Elon owns Tesla. Okay, let's buy Tesla. That's the normie thinking. So I just capitalize on that.
I definitely want to get into it. I need to start paying more attention to it.
I just found it to be like an easy way like taking like the the big stocks like the Coca-Colas and the Walmarts and all that, but with more movement. And for the last what I've been doing is almost a year now. Yeah, it's been working out great. So and I don't have to fucking sit there like 6 7 hours in front of computer and watch everything and read and all I gotta do is check Twitter and check like fucking like articles about Tesla and like Neuralink, So
Shit, if it works, it works.
yeah.
I know people who ran out money that didn't know shit. They're just like, oh, I heard, like, I saw a lot of people wearing this type of shoe or doing that, and when they kept doing that. And I was like, all right, that's pretty crazy.
Because I've been trading for what, 6 years now. So the first 5, I was like, I buy like different stocks. I'll buy, Nvidia and Coca-Cola and this, and try to get some dividends, right? But like I said, at the end of the day, I was like up on this, down on this, this fucking collapsed, this fucking went up, and at the end of the day, I didn't really make much. And then I was just like, fuck it, let me just fucking pull it into Tesla. And for the last fucking almost a year, it's been working great. So
yeah, that's what's up. Elon is fucking Tony Starks or whatever, fake ass.
yeah.
So
and like I said, I really don't see any way for his fucking things to collapse with all these government contracts and everything. There's just no fucking way.
Yeah, definitely not.
And the man memes every day.
I don't see if you can fucking invest in fucking BlackRock because you can't beat it. So you might as well fucking invest in the shit.
Yeah, but that's still it's gonna be a good investment, but it's not gonna be like volatile as much. So you're not gonna be making that many percentages in a short period of time. It's a for sure bet. It's just it's a good to park the money. It's not really good to make money.
Yeah, I don't really look at stocks. I'm not seeing the percentages they move around, and because I guess you're not really getting pips on stocks. You're like getting dollar for dollar, right? So
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
like when you're trading currencies or commodities and shit, you're hitting targets and looking for like
Yeah.
capturing pips. Like on stocks, you're going dollar for dollar, right? Meaning like you can just hold and bust your account if you wanted to, or you can put it this way, like how do I say this? You can have a certain amount of stock and the stock that you hold is changing value. But just because it goes down doesn't mean that you're losing. You're like, I'm not gonna let go of it just because it went down in price. And you just hold on to it and it can go well beyond that in price. Like once you own the stock, you own the stock. And the value of the stock is dependent upon the market, but you owning it is still owning it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like currency is like not like that.
Yeah, currency is way more volatile. Yeah, you can lose a lot of money real quick.
Have you ever looked into like the wait, you weren't born here. You're American? You're born in America?
No.
So I don't know if it works the same for you because you don't have an American birth certificate. But have you ever looked into like this the IRS shit and that like when you're at least here, I think it's around the world, so there probably is one for you in Poland and shit too. Like when you're born, you have the birth certificate or whatever, and you have this bond number. It's connected to a bank account and shit like that. And there's money
like
there.
Security?
I don't know if it's Social Security. I don't know what the hell it's called, but there's money being generated and being lent and being invested. That's technically your money. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not getting your point. Are you saying that our like birth certificate is a commodity that the government trades? Is that what you're getting at?
Yes, and it's backed by accounts. That your Social Security number can be entered, and you can find if you find the state of the holdings bank, you can enter your Social Security number and see the account.
I think if what you're like, I'm not exactly sure what you're saying. I think what you're saying is that the government uses like us people, like the birth certificate to trade. Is that
No,
no.
Yes, they do that. But what I'm saying is you have access. You have access to this. I'm saying you ever looked into stuff like that?
Oh no. I know they do it, but I never really took interest in it.
You know what I'm saying? I had a friend back in the days. Like that's the only reason it's
Yeah,
interesting.
you
Because I
can trade.
know.
You can trade all of those different commodities. I know that. It's just
No, but
like
not
you
even.
never.
I'm not even talking about trading commodities. I'm talking about he entered the routing number and his social security number into he made an Amazon purchase with his social security number, and then he started to go crazy, and then they stopped it, but it actually worked. So I know that it's actually accessible. I don't know. I was looking at some weird shit like that. Like did every
Yeah,
bill.
I'm not exactly sure where you're talking. I get the concept where you're talking about, but I'm not exactly sure. Like, I never seen it, never heard it. Like using your social, like your whatever, like that thing to like actually purchase stuff. Like, I never heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I'm not exactly sure
It's
where
not. You never heard it before, then you're not gonna get it. But it's pretty.
no.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I know the government trades that. It's just I don't know how you could utilize that to pull out money or to you know what I mean, like that I don't get. Yeah, not sure.
No, people do. It's all in the codes and shit. I know. I've been like lately looking at shit like that and how your bills are all. You're supposed to be able to simply sign off for all your bills. You know, you don't really have to pay for bills because it's within the public utility, and everything is covered because of your What is that shit? What's the technical
Because
term?
technically like it's like your name is collecting debt, and then they can purchase that and trade that. Like I get the concept of it, but
Yeah,
I
I'm not
don't know
gonna
how
get
to
into
do
it.
it. I
Like,
never looked
it's got,
into it. Yeah, I never looked into it, so I have no idea how it works. Like I know it exists, I just don't know how it works.
yeah, so we're gonna talk about that on a different show. Do like a deep dive. Cause I've looked pretty deep into it, like how to like get rid of your debt and shit like that because there's no proof of it and they're doing everything illegal anyway. So all you have to do is write them a couple letters with the right words on it. But
Yeah, because they ended up selling that to somebody else, and they get rid of it, and then that person ends up selling it to somebody else, and it's just a big fucking, it's a big Ponzi
yeah,
scheme, pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah,
you can't really
yeah,
they have whole businesses on this, but legally you can't really sell debt. You know what I'm saying? And you can't come at me for this debt that somebody sold you or
yeah,
something like that. Like,
yeah. Like the collection agencies, right? So, like, if you owe money to the, I don't know, credit card, they'll sell it to the collection agency, and then the collection agency will try to collect from you, but technically, legally, they cannot
yeah, that's
because
why they
it's not their
that
money. Because it's not their money, they just bought the debt. So
yeah.
technically,
So
yeah, they have no
they
right.
have that.
Yeah,
That's why they hit you up and try to scare you into making an
yeah,
agreement to
yeah,
enter
correct.
back into that debt with them. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Because
When
then
you
if
really,
you yeah, because if they call you like you own 10,000 and you're like, well, let's settle at 5, then you sign a contract to pay them 5. So now you're
yeah,
obligated to pay them the 5. But technically, the 10 that you own, that the debt that they bought, you don't have to pay them. Yeah, I know that. Like I
yeah.
said,
Most times, go
I
ahead.
just don't know the intricate details of it, how to, because like you said, you have to write letters and then blah blah blah. So that way you have like a kind of paper trail that that you try to do it but didn't. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
complicated,
but
but
yeah, it's not really too complicated. It seems here's the thing that they're making it complicated on purpose. You know, just or making it seem complicated. I'm gonna put something. I'm not gonna play this right now, but I'll put it in the
the
back.
only thing what it does is it ruins you like credit score. That's the only thing. But and then because of the credit score, like because of the credit
No,
score,
no, that means you defaulted. They can't hit your credit. That's illegal. Also, what I'm talking about is like that you're not defaulting on shit. They have to prove that that debt's yours with a certain They need the original signed debt, and nobody has that. You know.
well, if they sold it already, then yeah, technically they cannot punish you for that. But let's say if you, because obviously, like if you're not paying, right, then they're gonna start sending you letters. So before they sell it, they're gonna try to get the money from you before they sell it. So if they're sending like you letters to pay for like let's say 3 to 6 months, right? In that time, your credit score would get lowered, and then after they sell it, then technically you don't own the money to the bank, so they cannot have
Your
the
your
creditors lower
no
your score.
your credit itself would have to shoot up because you have discharged that debt. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? It's
true,
not.
true, yeah. Actually, yeah, you're right. because after they sell it, you no longer own the debt. So the bank,
Yeah,
yeah, but what the bank does, that they don't clear your thing, so you would have to write those letters in order to,
exactly,
yeah, to
exactly.
prove, yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking you over.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I dropped in the private chat a link to a video you can watch on your own time. It's definitely interesting.
mm, yeah, I know where exactly where you're talking about. Yeah, but like you
So,
said, you have to do the work in order to have everything the
yeah,
right way.
you just have to have an understanding of what's being said. It's not like you're fucking with the IRS. All they can say, if you fuck up with like that's a personal matter between you and a credit card company. That's like a civil matter. So if you fuck up in some wording, you could just fix it. It's not the biggest deal. Like
Yeah.
you need to be very worried when you fuck around with like the IRS and the tax codes and the red letters and shit like that, which you are entitled. In reality, you are entitled to millions of dollars, but they make it's a crazy, it's a weird satanic game. That's why I don't even get to the IRS shit, because that's just crazy. It's like they
Well,
make you try to walk some crazy tightrope, and if you get it right, they're gonna hit you with like fraud anyways, or like it's fucking insane. You're not playing a fair game, you know. Even if you learn the rules, the game isn't fair.
well, the money you're talking about in title is the money that they trade under your, like, the certificate, the name, right? That's the money you're technically entitled to, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard, like, I listened on that topic, like I read a couple things, but I never like went like fully deep to actually find out like the step by step of it, because I never really needed it, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I just like I used to just watch people, but just to learn shit because I was like I was involved in other shit that I didn't want to play around with law shit. If you understand what I'm saying.
Well,
So I was
yeah.
just sitting there learning it. So I've seen it from every angle. I watched it from like the black Moorish like sovereignty side very heavily, and then I watch it from like the I wouldn't say the white nationalist isn't the word, but like what's I forgot what they call themselves, the constitutionalists or some shit. From like yeah, from that side of like where it's like white guys are being very boring and talking over the code over a long time and showing you where it's fucked up. So people know about this from different angles, and people try to teach here and there, but I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of like a
The way I came across it was when I was trying to learn like how the credit card system works. You know how people are moving between credit cards and the points and all that. When I was like trying, like, figure all that out, so I have like a good knowledge of it, how to like utilize the credit card space. That's when I came across that concept where you were talking about, like, not really owning the debt and blah 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 blah. So then I looked into that, obviously, just as like, the next step. But then I was like, well, I don't really need it right now. So I got the general idea, but I never like went past it to look into like the details how to execute it.
so did you figure out how to pimp the credit system?
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
All right, so it's a what do you mean pretty easy? Is it a good is it something the knowledge you have is something good to know to get money?
It's just like in a way you get to utilize free money, and you don't
I
have
mean,
to
I
like.
understand that, but you haven't like there's levels to this shit. It's like how to get a good credit score. That's easy.
Oh, no,
How
no, no.
to
I'm
get
talking about like getting credit cards, like getting the bonuses, and then utilizing the credit cards, and then transferring what you own into another credit card after you open to get
yeah
more points. Yeah, yeah. It's the whole spiel.
yeah. I want to learn that shit. You got to come up and do a show on the credit card hustle, dog.
Yeah, it's pretty simple actually. It's not that difficult. The biggest thing you have to be careful, well, not be careful, is just uh, the credit agency. So when you open up credit cards, different companies take credit scores from there's three like major credit score companies, and every time they inquire for like your credit score, it hits your credit score, so your credit score gets lower. So if you want to, let's say, like, keep it, let's say if you have like 750 or 800, and you don't really want to get it down to like 600 because you just open up a bunch of credit cards and then you can't get credit, right?
But
So
the credit score doesn't work how it did like back in the day. Like nowadays, that shit bounces in like a week. In like 7 days, that shit
yeah,
like
it's quicker, yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you start opening a bunch of different credit cards, right, then they're gonna hit you with the inquiries. So every time you inquiry, it's gonna lower your score. Like, yeah, you're gonna build it back up quick as long as you don't do anything, like late payments and shit like that. So you're gonna build it back quick. So like, if you really want to, you can open up 10 credit cards real quick, get all the different points. But then those points, the bonuses, they usually have like a time limit, and you have to spend certain amount within a certain period of time. So if you open up like 10 at a time, you're never gonna utilize it. So you want to like open up, let's say, one every month, depending how much you're spending. Also, like if you have, let's say, 3,000 worth of bills, then like every month your bills are like 3,000, then you can probably pretty much open up one every month, and have different ones from different banks, and then there's like a grace period on them. So after you open it, you get the bonus points. Then the same offer wouldn't be valid for, depending on the bank, like between 2 to 5 years. So let's say after you like pay it off, like you get the points, 3 months you pay it off, right? And then you wait 2 years, and then you can do the same deal. But in 2 years, usually they won't cancel your card, so you have to call in and cancel manually. That way, in 2 years, you can get the same promo offer, because there's only, like, let's say, I don't know, 20, maybe between 20 to 30, like usually on the market there's between 20 to 30 credit card offers, like with bonuses. So if you do like one every month, it's 12, and then another 12 next year, so that's 24. So certain cards have, like, let's say, the two-year grace period, and the other ones have like 5-year grace period. So you would want to start with the 5 years first, and then do the 2 years later. So that way, on your third or fourth year, you can start getting back into the cycle and utilize the bonuses. And then
Man, you said
closing
this
credit.
shit was simple. This is like a long ass fucking all types of equations. Man, this shit is.
Well, because I'm just spilling information. Like, if I gave you like concisely step by step, because I'm just giving like an overall idea. But if I like lay it out, like, if I take like an hour to lay it out step by step, then it's pretty simple. And also, like, then you have to like forcibly close credit cards too. That way you can like get the offers. But closing forcibly credit cards lowers your score too. So like, if you're doing inquiries and you're closing credit cards, then you're gonna, like, even your credit card bounces, let's say within like a month, it bounces back a little bit or two. But if you did inquiries and you close credit cards, then you might be dropping more than you bouncing back. So you have to like balance all of that. Yeah, but overall, it's not that difficult. I've been doing that for 2 years now with the credit cards. So
So how do you count? How do you calculate what you made from doing that?
So
Or how much money you are, like how much money you have access to now, like credit wise.
As long as you have decent credit score, you're gonna get like 5, 10,000 or 20,000. Like, but you don't care about that. You care about the bonuses. So the bonuses, like, if you open up this credit card, you get, I don't know, like, let's say, because there's different cards. So like, there's hotel cards, there's airline cards, right? So for example, the airline cards, you open up, and like my parents were flying to Poland this year, so my parents ended up paying $150 for a ticket to Poland and back. It cost, like, because of the credit card. So what happened is, you get a bonus for opening the credit card if you spend
A bonus of what, miles, like flight miles or whatever?
miles and money. So this offer was very good from United. So it was, if you purchase anything over I think it was $500 or $600, right? Then you get $300 credit off your bill. Just the first purchase. If your first purchase is over like $500, then you get $300 back as a statement credit, so you don't have to pay it, right? So my parents' tickets were $650, so now it's 300 back. It's $250, and then they gave him miles, 20,000 miles, which is $200. So then they paid $50 like for the ticket to fly, plus tax, plus the tax and the fees, ended up being like $150.
Yo,
But the
flight
ticket,
flight miles are like some bullshit, right? That shit doesn't really translate. They say 20,000 miles, but you can't fly 20 fucking thousand miles if you have 20,000 miles.
no, 20,000 miles translate to $200 worth.
That shit's stupid. Why don't they just say you have $200 credit? Like it's 20,000.
Well, yeah, but it's just it sounds better. You have 20,000 points, you know. But 20,000 points are worth. But there's also tricks. So, for example, if you have like, uh, if you have a Chase card, right? So United, it's banked by Chase, right? So Chase also have their own cards, which are like higher tiers. So their higher tier is called like Sapphire. And now if you have if you have the points, the Chase points on your like the United card, right? They're counting 1-to-1. But if you have the Sapphire card, you can transfer the points from the United card to the Sapphire card, and then those points are counted as 1.5. So you get extra 10,000 points just by transferring to the card. But then that card has like a yearly fee, right? So you got to pay like $200 a year to have the card. But with that card, you also get, let's say like $100 flight credit and $100 like lunch at an airport that you have to pay for. You get that as a like a free thing. So if you like use the bonuses the right way, it doesn't cost you anything, and then you're getting extra 10,000 points on top of it if you transfer it. It
Yeah,
gets like it gets more complicated as you go deeper into it, but like the
when I
basic is
was
pretty
in,
much.
I think that's the same card this guy was telling me. I was in Colombia eating at some random ass cafe, and some random white guy. I ended up talking to him. He was telling me like, yeah, I travel all over the place. He says to get this card. I think it was a Sapphire one because he says like if you lose your phone or whatever, it has insurance for all types of shit. Like it replaces all types of shit.
Yeah,
Like,
most of them have like those perks, like the insurance type of perks for traveling and shit. That's most of them, but yeah, like there's cards that because the cards get banked by a certain bank, so the bank have their own cards, and then like the companies have the cards by bank. But because they're the same bank, you can combine the points, and certain cards have like multipliers on them. So if you move the points a certain like from card to card a certain way, then you can multiply points without like doing anything. So instead of getting like free $200, now you have free $300. But the main point of it is you get the initial bonus. Like you get the initial bonus for the sign up, and you get like the points that they give you. So you spend like $1,000 and you get $300 off, and then you just don't use the card later. And then after like a year, you call in and you close it down. That way, the following year you can use the same offer. Because if you don't close it, you cannot use it. So you got to close it, and then I wait a year or 2 years, depending, on the what you call it, like terms of use or the contracts, and then you do it again. But there's like 30 different cards on the market. So like I said, if you spend a lot of money, you can do it every month. If you don't spend a lot of money, then it doesn't make sense to open one up every month. It just depends how much you're spending. But in a year, you can get at least if you spend a lot in a year, you can probably get free between 5 to 10 grand, easy.
it makes sense. I'm definitely gonna get into it. I've always like avoided credit for the most part.
A decent book. I don't know. Do you like reading books?
I don't know about a book on credit. I read books, but a fucking credit
Well,
book.
well, it's called Credit Stacking by Jack McCall. It's just it gives you like a basic overview of how things work, right? So he tells you like it tells you like what website you go to check like because each card pulls like the credit from different things. So he tells you which one pulls from what, and then that way you can kind of formulate like your path. Which card you're gonna use first, which card you're gonna use second. So it's just like a basic overview. It's a short book. I don't know. It has
Yeah,
how
I
many
just looked it
pages?
up. I just looked it up and saved
Yeah,
it. But
150 pages, but it's small in size. So it's just good to like get the general idea of it. That's what I started with, and then knowing that, I went on all the websites of the banks and all that, and I like started like okay, I ranked the cards. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start with this one, and then I read the card on the other, like the bonuses on the other card. So then it was like, okay, that card gives you extra points if you move it. So I was like, okay, I'll use that second so I can move, and then it just makes it simple for you to like formulate a plan.
Yeah, definitely somewhere you already laid out the path.
Yeah, I
But
definitely recommend that. Like, if you want to learn on your own, if somebody's like not teaching you, I would recommend that because it gives you like, where to check and what to check for. So it's like a good blueprint.
check it out. Definitely, I saved it. But coming up in like 3 hours, so I'm gonna shut this shit down. This was a
It's good
strange
talk.
show.
Good talk. Different
Definitely.
topics. Went from red pill, went from multicolor pill to credit card stacking, and history and selling selling your government. What is it?
I feel like you got to take advantage of this debt system while it still exists. And I wonder what happens if you run up mad credit and then everything crashes, the banks crash. Like you don't owe that money anymore, do you?
Well, the banks don't owe that money to anybody. They just made it up. The money is
Yeah.
made up in the bank, so they just fucking wipe it off their systems.
Yeah, but I guess they can't crash because even when they do crash, technically, mathematically, then the government's just going to bail them out. So
Well,
it is
because
what it
if the
is.
banks crash, then the whole system will collapse. So the government cannot allow the banks to fail because if the banks fail, the system collapses. So
That's what they say. That's what they say.
no, it 100% would.
No, the system would augment itself, but it's not the whole system would not collapse. There might be because there's not one bank running everything.
Well, correct, but the issue with it, it's an all Ponzi scheme. So it all goes back to the Fed from them printing money. So like banks will start defaulting, and then the government bonds would start being useless. So everybody would start getting rid of it, and then everything would just become useless. It would topple like a fucking pyramid. 2008 was the closest thing we had to fucking all of it falling. Because if the government didn't bail it out, people would have started pulling money out of the banks, whatever was left. And then those banks would have collapsed, and then the government bonds would have collapsed. And if the government bonds collapse, then you have nothing because we're not pegged to gold. The issue was when we were still pegged to gold, it would have been okay because you would have been able to technically get your gold out, right? But now, since it's not pegged to anything, where are you gonna get out? You can't get out anything. It's just paper, and the paper becomes worthless overnight.
So it's broken. Fuck it. Let it fall.
Well,
And
it was fucked already when they created the Fed. The Fed what do you call it? What's the word? Exhiberated the problem. What's that fuck? You know what I'm saying? That word, fuck. Like made
exasperated.
yeah. It made it bigger. It made the problem big. Like the Fed that created the problem, and then when we went off the gold standard, that's when the fucking house of cards got built, pretty much. Because before that, even though the Fed existed, it was still like a lot of people would have lost money, but the system wouldn't collapse because it was still pegged to gold. You still were able to get your gold out. But after fucking they went off the gold standard, technically now it's just fucking paper. There's nothing like if it collapses, it all collapses. There's no saving grace.
So
and the issue is everything else is pegged to the dollar. So if dollar collapses, then the rest of the world currency collapses.
Yep,
I don't know if you know the French people send the. I don't know if you know, like in history, the French fucking send the in 71 when they went off the gold standard. The French sent warships to fucking pick up gold from US, and US was like, nah, we're not giving you any gold. Like we're defaulting. But since we had stronger military, France couldn't do shit, so they went back home.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Well, with that being said, this is disagreeable. I'm disagreeable. We're disagreeable. The banks are failing. Everybody's gonna die, but there are still Japanese women having a good time doing things that don't make sense.
That's why they're trying to get the CDBC out before the fucking House of Cards fold, because that's their only saving grace.
Well, when they drop the Japanese bitch DBC or whatever, let me know about that one. Until then, we have to live in the satanic system. So shout out to everybody, hit the like buttons and all that shit. And we are out.
Later.
Peace. Yo, peace, Keith.